following is a presentation of the GPAC Baseball Tournament on KYN TV. GPAC Tournament coverage on KYN TV is brought to you by Kopetsky's Ace Hardware, Explorers Credit Union, Runs Up, Fairfield by Marriott, Yankton Thrive, Elkhorn Valley Bank, and the Boathouse. Now we go live to Riverside Field for the Morningside pod of the GPAC Baseball Tournament on KYN TV.
Hello and welcome into Riverside Field here at Bob Tarashinsky Stadium. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tel Tanner today. This is the GPAC Baseball Tournament here for 2025, and we are live for the Morningside pod of the bracket live here in Yankton. And coming up here in just a couple minutes, we will have the 3-seed Doane at 31-13 taking on 6-seeded Northwestern at 25-21. We welcome in Tel Tanner, and Tel, it should be not only just a great week of baseball, but a great opening game as well.
Oh, absolutely. And as you just kind of mentioned there, it's the Morningside pod hosted in Yankton. First thing we should do is probably address what's going on there, obviously, as the Lancers were asked by Morningside to help co-host this tournament. So Lancers kind of got a good deal out of it as well. As the 7th seed in the GPAC tournament, they get a share of hosting, and so they get to play at home this weekend. So we're at the beautiful River City, Bob Tarashinsky Stadium at Riverside Field with 4 really good baseball teams: Doane, Northwestern, Morningside, Mount Marty. All 4 of these have really beat up on each other throughout the seasons. They've all had some good wins and tough losses against these 4 teams. And now we're going to see which one of them is going to advance to the GPAC Tournament Championship Monday to face the winner of the other side of the bracket, the Concordia pod. Concordia hosting Briarcliff, Midland, and Dakota Wesleyan today as well.
Yeah, we got a lot of business to take care of here in the River City, as you said, and we'll get into this matchup between Doane and Northwestern here in a couple minutes. We're going to take a quick break. This is the pregame show for the first game of our GPAC tournament here, brought to you by Kopetsky's Ace Hardware. Kopetsky's Ace Hardware in Yankton, South Dakota, and Orange City, Iowa, or online at kopetskyace.com. We're going to take a quick break. I'm Josh Bolter for Tel Tanner. We'll be back live from Yankton here in a couple minutes.
Summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers Credit Union's the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union. Join the drive today.
Looking to vacation close to home? Well, how about Yankton? Yankton is located in southeastern South Dakota. It's close to Iowa and on the Nebraska border. That makes it a great option for a fun family getaway this summer. Enjoy the Lewis and Clark Lake area for camping, boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, or biking. Visit the Youth or Family Aquatic Center. Walk the Meridian Bridge and shop downtown. Hey, there's lots to do in Yankton, and it isn't that far away. Plan your next vacation at visityanktonsd.com. Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada Ace Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
Welcome back here inside Riverside Field at Bob Tereshinski Stadium. GPAC tournament. We're just about 10 minutes away from first pitch between Doane and Northwestern. The 3-6 matchup in the Morningside pod being played here in Yankton. Your pregame is brought to you by Kopetsky's Ace Hardware in Yankton, South Dakota, and Orange City, Iowa, or online at Kopetsky'sAce.com. And let's go ahead as we welcome in Tel Tanner. Let's break this matchup down. First off, starting with the Doane Tigers, the 3 seed in this tournament.
Yeah, started off with Doane here. As you mentioned, the 3 seed just missed out on hosting in the postseason. The Lancers needed to win one of those games against Morningside in that 4-game series last week to give Doane that home field advantage. They took care of business against Hastings, but it didn't end up working out for them. They got to go on the road, actually, to Yankton. It worked out for Mount Marty, though. 31-13 overall were the Doane Tigers this season. A very good overall record. 18-10 in conference and the 3 seed in this GPAC tournament. They ended up having a pretty good year, and against Northwestern specifically, they had a very good year. Doane went 3-1 against the Red Raiders of Northwestern College.
Yeah, so looking at them having a very successful season, the 3 seed, like you said, in this tournament. Let's talk about the Red Raiders sitting at 25-21 in the 6th spot. They're going to throw Drew Dykstra on the mound today. It should be interesting. You know, every team throwing their ace really in game 1, but Dykstra on the mound should be intriguing as well.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Dykstra is a very, very good pitcher. You know, we've seen him here in Yankton playing the Lancers. We're going to talk about the Lancers a lot, obviously. They're playing in game 2, and we're the usual Lancer broadcast. But Dykstra, a very, very good pitcher. When you talk about him, he's got a 219 batting average even, but he's been batting a little bit. But a 3.30 ERA. He's got 6 wins on the season and 11 starts. He's thrown 71 innings on the year. That is very good. And the stat that really jumps off for him is a 201 batting average he allows. That's it. Like, this is a dude.
Yeah, he is a dude, and we got a chance to see him earlier in the season pitch here at Riverside Field against Mount Marty. A really stud pitcher, and 2 good teams facing off this afternoon to kick off the GPAC tournament. The GPAC tournament. And when we get back, we'll break down starting lineups and have first pitch for you on the other side of the national anthem. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. This is pregame show for the first game of the GPAC tournament, brought to you by Kopetsky's Ace Hardware. Kopetsky's Ace Hardware in Yankton, South Dakota, and Orange City, Iowa, or online at Kopetsky'sAce.com. We'll be back in a couple minutes with starting lineups and the first pitch.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe banking should be personal. You're not just an account number. You're family at Elkhorn Valley Bank. Whether you're buying a home, growing a business, or saving for the future, our local team is here to guide you every step of the way. We listen, we care, and we make the process easy. Experience banking that puts you first. Elkhorn Valley Bank. Personalized service and local support. There is a difference. For more info, go to evb.bank.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business. It's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank. There is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
Vacation close to home. Vacation in Yankton. Yankton is just a quick trip from Nebraska and Iowa. Yankton features one of the best recreational areas around, Lewis and Clark Lake, with boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, biking, and miles of shoreline. take the kids to our fabulous aquatic center, shop and eat in our historic Meridian District, or take a stroll on our famous Meridian Bridge. It's all here and not that far away. Plan your next vacation in Yankton, South Dakota at visityanktonsd.com.
All right, welcome back here inside Riverside Field at Bob Tereshinski Stadium. I'm Josh Bolter, first round of the GPAC tournament. Joining me today, Tell Tanner. And our first match will be the 3-6 between Doane and Northwestern. We're going to go ahead really quick here and take a look at our starting lineups and who will be batting in the first inning for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I'll start it off here with Robleski, their center fielder. Luke, a very, very good dude. Outfielder as well. But we'll start it off. Riknovsky there batting second. Guidry third. Dirks clean up today. Click will bat fifth. Schroeder 6. Matheson 7. Short 8. And Ayers in the 9 hole.
Yeah, and then on the mound today for Doane will be number 19, Riley Plummer. He has a 3.08 ERA. And behind the plate for the Tigers will be Gerald Nix, hitting .274 on the season. So it should be an interesting matchup between these two teams. Once again, you never know what can happen, especially in a tournament like this where these two teams are so familiar with each other, and in a 3-6 matchup. You never know, but we're about to find out here in just a few minutes. On the other side of the national anthem, we'll have first pitch. Your pregame is brought to you by Kopetsky's Ace Hardware. Kopetsky's Ace Hardware in Yankton, South Dakota, and Orange City, Iowa, or online at Kopetsky'sAce.com. For Tell Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. On the other side of the anthem, we'll be back with first pitch between Doane and Northwestern.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's two best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, two great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
It's calling, summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers, credit unions, the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union, join the drive today.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada Ace Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, community banking isn't just what we do, it's who we are. We believe in local decisions, personalized service, and reinvesting in Yankton to help our community grow. Elkhorn Valley Bank offers fast loan approvals, friendly faces, and employees who truly care. Whether you're saving, borrowing, or planning for the future, trust your hometown bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank, local, strong, and here for you. For more information, go to evb.bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference.
Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers, powered by plant-based natural caffeine. And they come in 4 delicious flavors: pomegranate passion, mango mojo, prickly pear, and watermelon wild. Why do you keep doing that?
These refreshers are just so refreshing.
But you don't have to make that noise every time. Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Welcome back to Riverside Field here in Yankton, opening round of the GPAC tournament. It's the 3-6 matchup here between Doane and Northwestern. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tell Tanner, and we're about to have our first pitch of this contest here in just a matter of moments. Tell, should be a good one.
Yeah, it really should be. You know, these two teams, as you mentioned, they've met in the regular season. They had a 4-game series. Doane did take that 3-1, the first 3 games of the series, in fact, with Northwestern taking the final one 7-3. This is the 3-6 matchup in the tournament, and that is always where you see big games. A lot of high-flying games come with those 3-6 and those 8-game conference tournaments, and we're about to see our first batter of the day.
Yeah, Riley Plummer on the mound once again for the Tigers in 11 appearances. He's got a 3.08 ERA, so he'll take the bump once again today. And up to bat first for Northwestern will be Luke Robleski. He's their center fielder, hitting .449 with 4 homers on the season. The first pitch is low and outside for ball 1.
Go through our field conditions today, sitting around 70 degrees as we start off game 1 of the GPAC tournament in beautiful weather, mostly sunny skies right at the moment.
Plummer gets a swing and a miss there to even up the count at 1. And Tell, once again, beautiful weather here for the tournament, and really doesn't look like much rain chances in the forecast either.
Not a whole lot.
Pitch is grounded over to second, the flip, and out at first. Making the play there for the Tigers is number 23, Johnny Volcano, over at second base.
Talk about those field conditions again. The wind blowing in today. That is maybe the one mark on this day. Blowing in right now at around 15 miles an hour. Gusts a little over 20, near 25 maybe. Not massive, not enough to really impact the game in the infield. But once you get those high fly balls in the outfield, that's when you get up there, and it'll move them a little bit over there.
Grant Radnofsky up to bat. Now the first baseman as he swings and misses at that first pitch of the at-bat to make the count 0-1. Radnofsky, a freshman out of Adele, Iowa here for the Red Raiders, as he takes a pitch high to even up the count at 1.
He's batting .347 on the year, a .412 on base percentage. 52 hits through 150 at-bats. Entering this one is Radnofsky.
1-1 count is fouled back towards us. Good thing there's a net back here. I'd be ducking on that one.
I stopped ducking a while ago. I trust this net so incredibly much, and I'm going to pay for that one day.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's going to fly through, and like Prime Bonds will walk on here and pull one through. The 1-2 count. Pitch is grounded foul over towards first base. Radnofsky stays alive here. Count stays at 1-2. We will have score updates for you in other games in the tournament throughout the broadcast. The next game doesn't have first pitch till about 4 o'clock between Midland and Briarcliff. So as those go live, we'll let you know as that pitch is outside to even up the count here for Radnofsky. The 2-2 is fouled left. Looks like that's going to go out of play. Count stays at 2 apiece. One out here at the top of the first. This is the first game of the GPAC tournament, and your first inning is brought to you by Explorers Credit Union. 2-2 from Plummer. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Plummer gets his first strikeout of the day. Down goes Radnofsky here. Make 2 outs here in this first inning, and that will bring up Brant Guidry.
Good time to remind you of Riley Plummer's stats on the year, by the way. A 3.08 ERA, 8 wins, no losses in 11 starts. Another dude on the mound. He's averaging a .241 batting average against him, and he's sitting at 37 strikeouts to 22 walks on the year.
Yeah, and looking, meanwhile, Guidry, the man at the plate, designated hitter today for the Red Raiders. He's batting .333 on the season, does have 4 home runs, and he's got a 2-0 count here early in this at-bat.
Batting .333 on the season is his average, .390 on base percentage, 48 hits. Might be 49 here.
And that one's going to shoot between the gap over at third and short. Guidry has the first hit of the day and base runner for Northwestern.
Comes with 2 down. Northwestern gets 1 on to lead off the top of the first inning.
And now that'll bring Devin Dirks up to the plate. Dirks playing over at the hot corner, third base today. Let's take a look at his numbers.
Yeah, he's sitting at 296 at batting average. He does lead at Northwestern in total at-bats on the year, 169 on the season. Could be 170 here. 50 hits, 45 RBIs, 358 on base percentage.
And the first pitch from Plummer is a strike. Make the count 0-1. One runner on once again, 2 outs here in the top of the first for Northwestern. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball there from Dirks, down 0-2 early in this count.
Yeah, Plummer's up in the count in a big way. Chance to finish off the top of the first here with a 0.
The 0-2 offering, nods. The pitch is grounded over to second. Volcano is going to flip it to first and get out of the first inning. 1 hit for the Red Raiders, 1 left on. No runs either. Once again, this is the GPAC tournament. It's Doane and Northwestern. We're going to take it to the bottom of the first after this break. I'm Josh Bolter, joined with Tel Tanner. You're watching KYN TV.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business. It's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
Bottom of the first here from Riverside Field as the Doane Tigers will get their first chance to bat of this matchup. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup here for Doane.
Batting order for the Tigers. Amick's going to bat first. That's the center fielder. Kwipnowski going to be the DH, batting second. Looks like it'll be Johnny Volcano going to bat third today. Bond fourth. Volcano, that'd be Aaron Volcano batting cleanup. In the 5th spot here. Takashi out in left fielder will go 6, Harris 7, Nevels 8, and Nix batting in the 9 hole today.
Yeah, that's a look at the Doane starting lineup here today, batting order. And on the mound for Northwestern today, it's going to be Drew Dykstra. Dykstra on the season has a 3.30 ERA in 11 starts. Let's go ahead and start the bottom of the first here. This Dykstra is on the mound. At the plate for Doane once again is Amick. First pitch is a strike. Start this first inning for Northwestern on the mound. Logan Amick, he is a senior from Melbourne, Florida, playing out in center field today. The 0-1 count is popped up towards center field, and making the catch out there in center is Robleski, getting that one for out number 1 here in the first inning.
Yeah, Amick will fly out over to center there. I think I said his name wrong when I said he's leading off, but 1 down in the books for Northwestern. That'll bring up Kwapnowski.
Yeah, Sam Kwapnowski here to bat. He is a 6'2 junior from Columbus, Nebraska. The left-hander, a lefty-lefty matchup here as the first pitch from Dykstra is in for a strike. Make count 0-1.
Kwapnowski on the season, 462 batting average, 60 hits through his 130 at-bats in his junior year, 547 on base percentage.
That pitch is fouled off towards the Doane bullpen over there. Make the count 0-2.
One of the craziest stats for this guy, slugging percentage, 931.
Is that pretty good?
Very good.
Very good there. Count 0-2. 1 out here. Ball outside. Make the count 1-2 for Kwapnowski here. Once again, beautiful day here at Riverside Field. And this tournament is double elimination, so not do or die necessarily yet, obviously, for either of these teams, as Kwapnowski takes a ball there, even up the count at 2.
Yeah, as you said, double elimination. Nobody's in do or die yet, but a Game 1 victory really goes a long way in this tournament because you got to get beaten twice. If you're one of those undefeated teams after day 1, you got a real advantage going into Thursday.
Yeah, especially with winner of this game. They don't have to play again, obviously, until tomorrow, just like everyone else, but they get that noon start and a chance to advance to Friday early as the 3-2 count here. Swing and looks like it's fouled off actually there from Kwapnowski, and keep the count alive. We'll do the payoff pitch once again here. Once again, Dykstra, a 3.3 ERA on the season for the Southpaw. The payoff pitch is called for a strike. Dykstra gets the K. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And here comes Johnny Volcano to the plate. He had a couple plays early in that first inning over at second base, and now he's going to get a chance to do something with the bat here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
He's done a lot with the bat all season long. 364 batting average for this guy. 51 hits, 31 RBIs in the season, 433 on base percentage. Redshirt junior, they're going to get him back next year.
So dangerous man at the plate. First pitch he takes for a ball, by the way. 2 outs. Second pitch high there, make it 2-0. Once again, like we talked about, both teams throwing their studs out on the mound here in Game 1, trying to get a Game 1 victory as Dykstra with the 2-0 is called for a ball. Make the count 3-0.
Volcano came in from Canada, Ottawa University, where he came in from. Transferred into Doane.
The 3-0 from Dykstra is called for a strike. They'll do it again. It's getting 2 outs here. No one on for Volcano. He awaits the 3-1 from Dykstra. The pitch. Yeah, a swing and a miss. Full count here for Dykstra as he gets the swing and the miss. Make it 3-2 after battling back from being down 3-0 in the count.
And with 2 outs on the board, a pitch away from setting down the first inning.
The payoff pitch is fouled off, out of play on the right side.
Jordan Bond is on deck should we get there. Volcano trying to get on base here in the bottom of the first inning.
The pitch is fouled back once again. Loses his bat, and that's going to go out of play and over the dugout. My goodness.
The net doesn't go that far. It actually went past the net, over the dugout, and into where a couple of people in the crowd were standing. Nobody got hit, thankfully. But I think this guy's swinging for power. I think we can say that.
Yeah, you know, with a full count with 2 outs in the first inning and trying to make something happen there, just lost control of the bat. And he's got it back, and he's ready to go here once again. He'll step into the box, and we'll do this payoff pitch all over again.
Is that the same bat? Did they run it down for him? I think they did.
That is the same bat, and actually are.
I wondered if they were just going to give him a new one. I figured he wouldn't like that. Yeah, they got to check it out. They looked at it real quick, being like, hey, are we good here? Because you don't want to – maybe they bring in a different bat, you know? Right. No, these are all tested before the game, so you got to make sure it's the right one, which it is.
And here comes the 3-2 from Dykstra. The pitch, swing, and a miss. And Drew Dykstra there gets out of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and we're tied at 0 after the first inning here between Doane and Northwestern. This is the GPAC tournament. Watching us live on KYN TV. Glad to have you with us. For Tell Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. We'll be back at the top of the second in a couple minutes.
Apply better.
Welcome back live to Riverside Field. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tel Tanner. Opening round of the GPAC tournament. The 3-6 matchup between Northwestern and Doane. After one inning, score is tied at 0-0. And Tel, some great pitching so far.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've seen so far. Both teams kind of struggling to bat in the first one. Northwestern did get a hit in the top of the first inning. It was Guidry batting third, but he was then left on base and the next batter up. Northwestern saw 4 at-bats, Doane 3, and that was the end of the first. 0-0 your score.
We got Bryce Click up at the plate for Northwestern. Let's talk about him, Tel. That first pitch, he thought about bunting, pulls back, gets the 1-0 here to start the count.
Bryce Click at bat number 77 coming in here. 23 hits, 12 RBIs, 303 batting average.
So he fouls that one down the third base line. That'll even up the count at 1 apiece. And, you know, both these pitchers kind of rolling early here. Both getting, where Plummer getting a strikeout in that first inning, Dykstra with 2. And, you know, like we said, you're expecting to see top guy on the mound for each team here in game 1. Yeah, both pitchers going that way in the first inning.
That's what we expected. Both of these pitchers, when you take a look at their season stats, this is nothing new for them. Both of them are in the low 3s in an ERA.
The 1-1 just outside, make the count 2-1. Should mention that the second inning is brought to you by Explorers Credit Union here today. The 2-1 from Plummer is popped high. Chasing after it is the first baseman over there, Harris, but that's going to go foul and even up the count at 2 apiece.
Red Raiders got their first man on base in the first inning with 2 outs on the board. You'd like to get that a little earlier here today, see if Click can get it done in this pitch.
The 2-2 from Plummer. Swing and a miss. He's got his second strikeout of the day. Plummer with the breaking ball gets the strikeout.
That'll bring up Schroeder, the right fielder now for the Red Raiders. Tyler Schroeder on the season. .316 batting average, but a little untested here. Only 38 at-bats all season long, a freshman.
The pitch here is a strike, make the count 0-1. And one thing, no, Schroeder is really close up to the plate here. His foot right on that line, that back foot. The 0-1 now from Plummer is flown out to left and getting underneath that, missing it out there and left, and that's going to be at least 2 bags there for Schroeder. So he gets to second base out there at left field. Looking at it here for Doane was Takahashi. Just maybe lost that one over there, and that will be a hit for Schroeder, at least as of now, scored as a hit. Northwestern in business with a runner on at second with 1 out.
Yeah, for Tayo Takahashi, just went to the wrong shoulder. Expected it to go to it over his left shoulder. It went over his right. Had to make that adjustment last second. Just couldn't stretch far enough to get there.
And as of now, that is scored as a hit, so Schroeder's got a hit, his first hit of the day, and will be in scoring position here. The first pitch from Plummer now is called a strike. At the plate is Matheson, the second baseman here for Northwestern. Karsten Madsen. He is from Elkhorn, Nebraska, junior.
And another guy who's a little untested. 23 at-bats on the season is all I'm showing for him. A 174 batting average on the year. 4 hits, 4 RBIs.
Pitch now is grounded. Diving play over at third and getting the, just missing the tag actually. All runners will be safe. A good diving effort over there at third base for Bond on that one, but just missed it, and that'll be 2 runners. At least, no, now they're saying out. Tel, walk me through this. Do we have an out here?
Yeah, looks like they're going to say they got him there. There are 3 officials here in the GPAC tournament. Normally in the regular season we run with 2. We get 3 for the tournament, so you get just as many guys able to see it as you can, and they do say he got out. Looking at it, going down the, running from second, going to third. I thought he had a chance of getting around him, just got the tag apparently.
Yeah, heck of a play there from Jordan Bond, the senior over at third base. That one's grounded to short, and getting on base there for Northwestern is number 2, the catcher here for Northwestern. Isaac Short getting a base hit. Now 2 runners on with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Northwestern once again with a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. couple hits here in the third for Northwestern. A heck of a play over at third base by Bond to get an out on the runner heading towards third. And diving effort gets the tag. Once again, 2 runners on now, and there is a courtesy runner coming in for short. Looks like it's Jack Craig out there.
Sophomore out of Urbandale, Iowa, Craig is. Isaac Short. Good at-bat there. Got himself on base. 219 batting average, 64 at-bats. Northwestern's throwing a little different looks here today. Guys with a little lower at-bat totals on the season than you expect, but they're doing all right with it. Got a man in scoring position here in the top of the second. 2 outs are on the board, but that last out was a close one there. Solid chance they could have the bases loaded with 1 here. I like what they're doing so far.
Yeah, 2 strikes, two quick strikes here on the shortstop, Brody Ayers. He's in the 9-hole today as he gets a ball count 1-2. Plummer in a little bit of trouble here. A base hit should score a run. Ayers from Montana takes the pitch and fouls it on the third base line over towards the bullpen. Count will stay at 1-2. Ayers trying to get the Red Raiders on the board first here this afternoon. The 1-2 from Plummer is grounded towards short. Making a diving effort is the shortstop. He throws over to first and gets the out. What an effort there over at short. That was Nevels on the play, saving a run and getting the out there.
Oh man, the redshirt senior out of Alaska needed all 5 years of experience to get that one. That was an impressive play. GPAC tournament's underway.
GPAC tournament under the way, and we got a couple web gems here in the top of the second. Score is 0-0. You're watching GPAC tournament baseball here on KYN TV. For Tell Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Looking to vacation close to home? Well, how about Yankton? Yankton is located in southeastern South Dakota. It's close to Iowa and on the Nebraska border. That makes it a great option for a fun family getaway this summer. Enjoy the Lewis and Clark Lake area for camping, boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, or biking. Visit the Huther Family Aquatic Center, walk the Meridian Bridge, and shop downtown. Hey, there's lots to do in Yankton, and it isn't that far away. Plan your next vacation at visityanktonsd.com.
Bottom of the second here from Riverside Field. Score is 0-0 between Doane and Northwestern. Tigers will be up at the plate. On the mound is Drew Dykstra. He's got 2 strikeouts here through the first and pitching well until we saw a couple defensive plays here in that top of the second. One of those men who made one of those incredible plays over at third, making a diving play in Bond over here, will be actually up to bat first in the bottom of the second.
And the other one you talked about, Justin Nevels, that redshirt senior out of Alaska, went to Alaska Middle College School. I feel like that's interesting. Alaska Middle College School. That's fun. I'm going to Google that. I want to learn more about Alaska Middle College School.
Well, between Doane and Alaska Middle College, whatever you're teaching with the glove, keep teaching it. That was a heck of a play. Once again, we welcome Bond up to the plate. Looking at Jordan Bond here today, once again playing at third base. Dykstra now, the first pitch is fouled off down the first base line, make the count 0-1.
It looks like it's a collaboration between the Anchorage School District and the University of Alaska Anchorage. So kind of one conglomeration there of school and then college all together. All right.
One can only hope Mount Mario will schedule a non-con game against the Alaska
Dude, I
Middle
would
College
love to
next
call
year.
a game in Alaska. Are you kidding me?
Second pitch fouled off there, make the count 0-2. That would be fun, that's for sure.
Heartbeat, I would make that trip.
Bond now down 0-2 early in this count. He is the cleanup hitter for Doane. Doane once again 31-13 this season, the 3 seed. Bond takes a pitch and pops that up down the right side, and that's going to be out of play there for the first baseman, Rignovsky, over there at first.
Jordan Bond, by the way, 87 at-bats on the year, a 356 batting average coming into the GPAC tournament, 436 on base percentage for the junior.
Once again, the 0-2 from Dykstra is a ball. Make the count 1-2. Once again, we will have another game for you here tonight between Morningside and Mount Marty. That'll happen 40 minutes after the end of this contest. The 1-2 now from Dykstra is high, evens up the count at 2 apiece.
That late game tonight's going to have a lot of drama with it, too. It's the 5th straight game those two teams have played against each other. They ended the regular season with a 4-game series, and then they start against each other in the tournament. That'll be a lot of emotion on the field tonight.
High drama in that one, too. 3 of those 4 games ended in walk-offs. As that pitch, swing and a miss, but lost by the catcher short, but he throws it over to first for the out. Make that a 3rd strikeout now for Drew Dykstra on the mound here. And we're only 1 out into the 2nd inning. Now up to bat for Doane will be Aaron Volcano.
Aaron Volcano, since there's 2 of them. This is the older one, the senior, 320 batting average, 390 on base percentage.
He takes a ball low and outside. Start the count up 1-0.
Well, actually, we got a redshirt junior and a senior. I wonder if they're twins. They're in the same year. I want to know that. We're going to have to find that out after today, before tomorrow's action.
1-0 pitch is high. Make the count 2-0 here. Once again, 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd. Doane looking for their first base runner of the day. As that pitch is in for a strike. Make the count 2-1 here for Dykstra. Here comes the 2-1. Is ground over towards second base, and you say it right in between the gap. You ask for the first hit, and you get it if you're Doane. Aaron Volcano with the single in between first and second.
Gets on base with only 1 out on the board. Good chance for Doane here. Had nothing going for him in the bottom of that 1st inning. They go 1-2-3 against Dykstra. Now a man on with 1 down.
And that'll bring up to the plate Tayo Takahashi. He is the left fielder today for Doane with 1 on.
And I'm trying to decide whether he wins Best Name Award for today. Takahashi, Tayo Takahashi, that is incredible. But also we have 2 guys named Volcano. Yeah. That is also incredibly awesome. So I don't know. I feel like it's going to go to Doane either way.
It's a lot in the running as that pitch is a strike. Evens up the count at 1 apiece here for Takahashi. Listed as an infielder on their roster, but he is getting the start out in left field today.
Now, shout out Devin Dirks for Northwestern as well. That's also a really nice name. I like that.
That is pretty cool as the count fouled off there.
Although, as we know, it's nothing compared to a Josh Bolter. Now, that's a name.
It's true.
There.
It's true. I mean, we got some great ones in the 2nd game, too. I mean, Cannon Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
That's a heck of a name as well.
That's
Could
good.
see him tonight. But a lot of great names in this series or in this tournament. Should be a great tournament really throughout the week and see what happens. 1-2 now from Dykstra. Takahashi, the batter, fouls that one off, stays alive. Count will stay at 1-2. And one thing I noticed, and it's just one of those things that you'll see throughout the weekend, a lot of Morningside players, for example, out on the left side watching the game, getting some action in or catching the action early. Like to see that, these teams watching each other and catching some ball games before they play.
Mount Marty players here too, a lot of them helping out working in these games. They're going to be helping out when they're not playing, keeping these games on, whether in the press box or maybe concession stands or anywhere in between.
And that pitch high, even up the count at 2 apiece.
Takahashi, by the way, 364 batting average through 88 at-bats on the season, 32 hits and a 453 OBP.
Here comes the 2-2 now. Drew Dykstra on the mound. The pitch is low, full count here now for Takahashi. Once again, one runner on here. That is Aaron Volcano. He had a single past second base. The first hit of the day for Doane. The throw over. Runner is safe at first.
And Dykstra giving himself a second here with 1 on, 1 down, a full count. This is a big pitch incoming.
Yeah, big pitch, the payoff. And Pitch now from Dykstra is high. He'll walk Takahashi, and he's talking over there to his dugout saying, let's go. It's go time. As that will bring Harris, the first baseman, Max Harris, a redshirt sophomore from Baldwin, Missouri, to the plate with 2 runners on.
2 on, 1 out. Doane has a good chance here. We know they can light up the scoreboard when they really start getting under them. Doane on the season is a .336 batting average as a team.
So a team that can hit, needing a hit here with a runner on, 2 runners on, 1 out. As that one's popped up over to second base, running a long way and making a snag over there at second is Matheson, the second baseman for Northwestern.
Well, just like that, 1 pitch and things change. Now all of a sudden, Northwestern 1 out away from getting out of this situation with 2 on and 1 down. Now 2 outs in the inning.
And that'll bring the redshirt senior Justin Nevels playing at short today and batting 8th up with 2 outs and 2 on. And we've seen what he can do with the glove, making a dive and play last inning. Now let's see what he can do with the bat. Dykstra, the pitch is high, make the count 1-0.
Now a little struggle of a season at the plate for Nevels, .254 batting average, but I'll tell you what, for a redshirt senior in their final GPAC tournament, throw out the percentages. You never know what these guys are going to do.
Absolutely, and he's got a chance here to put a run or 2 on the board with a base hit, and that one's fouled off behind us here. Make the count 1-1.
Speak of Doane's experience in the GPAC tournament, they've hosted most of the last couple of years. They are usually one of the high seeds, one of the better programs in the GPAC. Everybody on this roster knows what they're doing today.
Dykstra, the pitch is fouled off, make it 1-2, and he's 1 strike away from getting out of this jam here in the bottom of the second. He's going to base hit, probably scores at least 1. Dykstra now checks over. The throw is high, evens up the count at 2 apiece.
130 at-bats on the year for Nevels, a redshirt senior. Talk about experience, you talk about this guy. It's a big moment for him.
2 on, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dykstra on the mound. The pitch is popped up foul. That'll go out of play.
This is the 8th batter in the order for Doane, by the way. 9-hole on deck, and then we go back to the top of the order. Catcher Nix is the 9-hole batter.
The 2-2 is hit out to left, and getting underneath that for Northwestern is the left fielder Click to get the 3rd out. There'll be 2 left on, 1 hit, 1 walk there for Doane. Once again, no runs, and we'll stay tied at 0 heading into the top of the 3rd. I'm Josh Bolter with Tell Tanner today. You're watching KYN TV. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada's.
Top of the 3rd here from Riverside Field, Bob Tarashinsky Stadium. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tell Tanner today. 0-0 is the score between the Doane Tigers and the Northwestern Red Raiders. This is the 3-6 matchup in the opening round of the Morningside pod of the GPAC tournament. And Tell, once again, 0-0. We've seen some great defensive plays between these 2 teams so far, and really saving a couple hits and a couple runs maybe even.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about how there's a lot of older players here getting a lot of playing time, some big moments, but let's talk about a young guy and a redshirt freshman in Riley Plummer on the mound for Doane in Game 1. Well, as you mentioned earlier, a lot of teams like to throw out one of their best pitchers for the first game. Now, don't get me wrong, Doane's got a couple of pitchers, but this dude's only a redshirt freshman. They could have him potentially for 4 straight years as one of their best arms, and now he's thrown in his first GPAC tournament.
Leadoff man now, Luke Robleski at the plate. He did ground out in the top of the first as he drives that one out to right field. Could go foul, and does outside of the bullpen there. The right fielder for Doane, that's Volcano, did run in to the fence over there, but it looks like he's okay. Going to keep going. A heck of an effort, but wasn't able to find that ball.
Yeah, one of the things about Riverside Field for visiting teams, that right field line has a pretty short distance between the foul line and where the bullpen starts. There's not a whole lot of room in there to chase after balls.
Yeah, and almost the exact opposite on the left side. That one's driven out to left field, and it'll get down for Robleski. He's got his first base hit of the day.
Base hit number 66 on the year. He's got a .531 on base percentage, .449 batting average. This was a Player of the Year candidate in the GPAC for sure.
That'll bring up Grant Ricknovsky up to the plate. He, in his first at-bat, did strike out. Looking for a better outcome here in his second at-bat.
Robleski, .412 on base percentage, .347 batting average on the year.
First pitch of the at-bat is popped up. Look, that's going to go right into the glove of the center fielder for Doane. Out there is Amick, makes the catch, and gets the first out here at the top of the third.
Yeah, that was very well ridden out in center field with that wind blowing in today. You knew that was going to stay in. Center fielder just kept his heels rooted, got on his toes and went after it. Didn't have to go very far. Came pretty much straight to him with the wind keeping it in.
Should mention the third inning is brought to you once again by Explorers Credit Union. Here now with one out, one on. The throw over to first. Safe is Robleski over there once again at first base. Batting now is Grant Guidry. He did have a base hit in his first appearance out of that 3 spot.
Another freshman getting a lot of time here for Northwestern.
Pitch is high, throw down to first, runner safe. Over there testing Robleski, making sure he doesn't take off. I think we do have a time over there at first.
Well, they do have reason to be wary of this guy. 21 stolen bases on the year.
Look at Plummer still kind of checking over there a little bit. Pitch now is driven in between short and third. That'll be a base hit, the second of the day for Guidry. 2 runners on now on first and second here for Northwestern, the top of the third. Until Northwestern doing a good job getting guys on base. They've got 5 hits through 2 1/3, but yet to capitalize and get a run across.
And now they're in the exact same situation their defense was in the top or in the bottom of the last inning. 2 on with 1 out. Northwestern was able to get out of that. Doane trying to do the same here now.
And that'll bring number 23, Devin Dirks, up to the plate. He is playing third base today for Northwestern. In his first at-bat, he did ground out in the first. That one's popped high towards center field. Going to go to the warning track, but getting underneath it is Amick. He'll hold the runner, too, at second. A good throw, a good catch. Make it 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Yeah, that was well struck out towards center field on the warning track, and that one was on a rope going out there. That wind might have been what kept that one in.
Might have kept that one in. We are expecting tomorrow the winds to blow out.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe if this game was played tomorrow, could have been a home run.
But these games tomorrow could be interesting.
That'll now bring number 35, Bryce Click, the left fielder, up to the plate. He drives that one right up the gap, and that's going to get into the outfield for a base hit. Runner coming home is Robleski, and he's going to score. Put the Red Raiders on the board first here to take an early 1-0 lead in the top of the third. Bryce Click with the base hit, and Robleski rounding the corner to get the first run of the day.
Northwestern strikes first. They get theirs in the top of the third. A couple of zeros put up in the first 2 innings. Northwestern gets there first, and they have a chance for more here. There's still a runner in scoring position, but there are 2 outs on the board.
Yeah, and that'll bring Tyler Schroeder up to the plate. He did have a double in his first appearance out towards left. Right fielder today, his first pitch grounded right back to the pitcher Plummer takes his time, makes sure he gets the throw, and gets out of the inning. But with a Bryce Click hit, Northwestern is on the board. They take the early lead. 2 runners left on here. Your score is 1-0 Northwestern after the top of the third. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter, watching GPAC Tournament Baseball on KYN TV.
Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
At Elkhorn.
All right, Drew Dykstra on the mound for Northwestern today, and he's working with a 1-0 lead here going into the bottom of the third off of a Bryce Click RBI single in the top of the third there. Now once again Northwestern working with a 1-0 lead here in Yankton. Once again, I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tel Tanner, and Tel, the 3 seed find themselves down early.
Yeah, 1-0, obviously not insurmountable, a 9-inning game, but Northwestern striking first. By the way, we'll shout out a viewing audience. Welcome in the Concordia pod audience trying to check into this one, as I'm being told they're in a rain delay down at Concordia there. So that's a bit unfortunate for game 1. It's supposed to start maybe another half hour after they clear the Seward area.
Yeah, no rain here though in Yankton, and we continue play. Bottom of the third, and that will bring up the catcher for Doane, number 7, Jerry Nix from California, 6'1" redshirt senior, getting his first plate appearance of the day. Pitch is fouled off to start the bottom of the third towards the Doane dugout. Once again, after this, 40 minutes after this game, we will have Morningside and Mount Marty. That is the 2-7 matchup, as that pitch is driven out towards left and caught out there by the left fielder. Click gets the RBI in the top half of the third, makes a nice catch here in the bottom portion of the third there to get the first out of the third inning.
We've now gone through the full 9 for Doane. They'll go back to the top of the order with Amick.
Yeah, just 1 hit through that first go around in the lineup here. First pitch is a strike, make the count 0-1. Drew Dykstra on the day, 43 pitches so far. So that one's grounded over to third. Brought in and thrown for the out. Making the play over there is Dirks at third base, making a diving effort and getting the out.
Ran out there, threw out the center fielder over at first as well. That's a fast guy trying to run out the throw over at first base. They got him. Kwapnowski, DH, now back to the plate. He was struck out in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, it did strike out, like you said, and trying to get something going here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Lefty batter here. Pitch, swing, and a miss on the breaking ball low. Make the count 0-1.
Kwapnowski, another one of these guys that looking at for all conference, maybe player of the year nod. When it's all said and done, .462 batting average on the year.
Yeah, he did, like you said, struck out in his first appearance, but really good player and looking to get it going here, but he's down 0-2 in the count. Dykstra now nods. The 0-2 is called a strike, looking, and that'll do it here for the bottom of the third. And after 3, your score is Northwestern 1, Doane 0. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. We'll take it to the top of the 4th when we come back.
Valley Bank, we believe banking should be personal. You're not just an account number. You're family at Elkhorn Valley Bank. Whether you're buying a home, growing a business, or saving for the future, our local team is here to guide you every step of the way. We listen, we care, and we make the process easy. Experience banking that puts you first. Elkhorn Valley Bank. Personalized service and local support. There is a difference. For more info, go to evb.bank.
1-0 is your score heading into the fourth here. Northwestern leads the 6 seed over 3-seeded Doane right now. Northwestern got an RBI single from Bryce Click last time they were up at the plate. They're looking to add to their lead. On the mound for Doane once again, it is Plummer. He's looking good so far, giving up some hits, but like we said, only one run so far as he's looking to keep it going into the fourth. Really good pitchers matchup here, Tell, as we welcome in Tell Tanner through these first 3 innings.
And talking Plummer here, as he's got 3 complete innings pitched. We'll roll through his stats so far today. He's thrown 41 total pitches, 6 hits, and that 1 run allowed is all, as you mentioned. 2 strikeouts, no walks. He's faced 15 batters so far.
And coming up to bat here is Carson Matheson. He did record an out his first appearance in this game, and now looking to get his first hit of the day here as the first pitch of the fourth is grounded over to third. Picking up and making the throw for the quick out is Bond over at third base. So a quick first out there for Plummer, and that's what you want to do in these type of games, especially tournament style. You want to keep your pitch count in good shape and give your team some length, especially when you got at least one game tomorrow guaranteed, depending on what happens through this tournament. Plummer now, first pitch of this at bat is a swing and a miss. Up to bat now is for Northwestern is number 2, Isaac Short.
Short, once again, that .219 batting average, .272 on base percentage, but apparently he's been really looking good in practice. They're giving him the nod here today. 14 hits, 6 RBIs on the year for the junior catcher.
And he does have a hit today.
Yeah, he does. In his first at-bat, got on base, was left there.
As he fouls that off. Down a quick 0-2 here in this count. The pitch is low, no swing, make the count 1-2.
That was back in the second inning, the only hit of that second for Northwestern.
The 1-2 here from Plummer. Pitch called a ball. He evens up the count at 2 apiece. The 2-2 is outside, evens up the, full count now. Here 3-2 on the catcher, Isaac Short. Out of Grimes, Iowa, by the way. 6'4". The 3-2 is called a strike looking, and that's a strikeout, punch out looking for Riley Plummer as he gets the second out here at the top of the fourth.
So that'll bring up Ayers now in the bottom of the order, the shortstop for the Red Raiders. Go back to the top of the order after this, but 2 outs on the board.
That first pitch of the at-bat is called a ball. And once again, both these pitchers looking really good early, keeping their pitch counts in relatively healthy shape and have a chance to, at least go through a good portion of this game the way it's going. As that pitch is called a strike, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Should mention that the top of the fourth is brought to you by Runza. Pick the perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack. Made fresh and topped the way you like. Runza now in Yankton as that pitch as the ball makes the count 2-1. The pitch is grounded over to third, but I think that fouled off his foot potentially there. So that'll even up the count at 2 apiece.
Yeah, got low on the leg there, looks like. A little stinger, but man, those can hurt. That's why you wear that's why you wear all the gear sometimes. Doesn't look like he's got a lot on, though.
Yeah, not a ton potentially there, but yeah, so now 2-2 is the count. 2 outs here. Plummer looking to get out of the top of the fourth. The pitch is called a ball. You could tell he wanted the strike call on that one. Doesn't get it. Make it a full count here. If Ayers were to get on, that would bring up Robleski at the top of the lineup. He did have a hit in his second appearance. That one's fouled back and out of play. We'll do the payoff all over again. Pitch here from Plummer. Is a ball, and he walks Ayers to put a man on here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th.
And that's a dangerous one because that was the 9-hole batter. Now we welcome in Robleski once again. One of the guys, once again, who is a Player of the Year candidate. That is what the season he's had. A senior out of Sussex, Wisconsin, Luke Robleski, now up to bat with a man on.
Does have a hit today in his second appearance and did eventually come around to score. First pitch here is called a ball. We'll say high and inside on that and make it 1-0. You got to wonder, Tell, with 2 outs, could they maybe send Ayers a situation here, see if he can steal a bag potentially? And that's something Plummer is looking at over there with the count at 1-0 and 2 outs. And pitch here inside, make the count 2-0.
Ayers has stolen 2 bases so far this season. Caught stealing once.
So not completely out of the question. It's happened a few times here.
Yep.
They've sent him, and maybe not a ton, but has happened. Count 2-0, 2 outs. Plummer the pitch. Is called a strike, make it 2-1. It's again Robleski. He did have that hit in his last appearance and did come around to score the lone run of this matchup so far. The 2-1. Is driven out to right, backing up and getting underneath it is Volcano for the catch, and that will end the top of the 4th. 1 man left on for Northwestern. No hits, no runs, and we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Your score after, or here in the 4th, is Northwestern 1, Doane 0. For Tell Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. You're watching GPAC tournament action here on KYN TV.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Second baseman Johnny Volcano will lead off for Doane here in the bottom of the 4th. Score is 1-0 at Northwestern. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tell Tanner today here at Riverside Field in Yankton for opening day of the Morningside pod of the GPAC tournament. And Volcano getting his second plate appearance today, striking out in the 1st inning. First pitch of the 4th is a strike, and Tell Northwestern and Dykstra and company doing a really good job of limiting this Doane offense through 3 innings.
Yes, they have, putting up zeros in each of the first 3 innings, trying to keep it rolling here. We'll give you Dykstra's stats on the day as he just threw pitch number 50. That was number 50. He's allowed only 1 hit all day and no runs, 1 walk to 4 strikeouts, 11 batters he has faced. Once again, Doane has 1 hit, and they did leave him on.
Yeah, the 0-2 is fouled back right towards us, but once again, net here. Don't worry, we're not going to get taken out by any baseballs today. Unless you want us to, then sorry if that's what you were rooting for. But anyways, the 0-2 from Dykstra here. No outs in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch fouled off, and actually that's going to stay in play. Running after is the right fielder. And caught, I believe, over there for the out. What a play over in right field. Schroeder out there for Northwestern, catching that one right against the fence, get the out to start the 4th.
Right in that shallow foul territory we talked about here at Riverside Field. There's not a whole lot of space between that foul line and the bullpen. of the home team usually in that side of the dugout. So he was able to get there just in time and avoid really hitting the fence hard.
Yeah, and don't forget your fourth inning here, brought to you by, bottom of the fourth, brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank is committed to more than just providing financial services. They are dedicated to making a meaningful impact in our communities. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Now up to the plate, that'll bring up the third baseman here for Doane. That is Jordan Bond, as he gets an early 2-0 lead on the count here after a couple balls. Bond did strike out in his first plate appearance, but where we've seen his impact so far is in the field. He's made a couple nice diving plays over at third there. So he gets the 2-0, and he did go around, make the count 2-1. Once again, to my understanding, Midland and Briarcliff, unless you've seen updates, still in a rain delay. I know they were supposed to have first pitch here in a couple minutes over on the Concordia side of the bracket, correct?
Yeah, see if I can get an update on that, but a rain delay to start things off. Tough way to do it. Looks like they are, hold on. Yeah, rain delay as of a half hour ago, according to the Concordia Bulldogs social media. They said 4:30 start time.
That pitch driven out to right, and it is caught by Schroeder. Make it 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth.
That was a half hour ago then, though, by the way.
Yeah, so we'll see if that one gets underway here. And
until then, welcome in everybody else who's wanting to watch some GPAC tournament baseball here. We got it in Yankton. No rain for us. Looking like the skies are going to be kind to us. There is supposed to be rain late tonight, but it should be after these games are done, and it should be done before the games tomorrow.
First pitch here is a ball at the plate. Now is looking at here, number 10, Aaron Volcano for Doane. He does have their lone hit of the day. Grounder over on the second base side for a base hit. Volcano, the 1-0, he drives that one out, and that is going to get down for his second base hit of the day. The throw stops him at first. Nice little hit there for Volcano. Make it 2 hits. Once again, he's 2 for 2 today.
Yeah, he's having a good day as the senior right fielder himself. Put it out to right, dropped, and he's on. 2 outs on the board, however, for Doane.
Yeah, Takahashi here, Taiyo Takahashi up to the plate. He did walk in his first plate appearance. The pitch from Dykstra is a ball, make the count 1-0. Takahashi, a sophomore from Lincoln, Nebraska. Dykstra looks over at first, throws the ball. That's fouled off towards the Doane dugout and out of play. Make it 1-1.
Once again, the one walk of the day so far for Dykstra was this guy here. He's got a good eye.
Yeah, and only the third base runner of this afternoon through 3 2/3 for Doane. Once again, a lot of baseball to be played, but Dykstra doing a good job here early. So that one's hit towards center. And getting underneath it for Northwestern is the center fielder, Robleski, to get the third out of the bottom of the fourth. So no runs, 1 left on after a hit. After 4, your score is Northwestern 1, Doane 0. We'll see the Northwestern bats when we come back. I'm Josh Bolter with Tell Tanner. You're watching KYN TV.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business. It's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
Vacation.
1-0 is your score through 4. The 6th seed Northwestern leads over Doane as they're up to bat here in the top of the 5th. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tell Tan. You're watching GPAC tournament baseball action here on KYN TV. And once again, until we talked about a pitcher's duel through 4.
Yeah, it's been a pitcher's duel, exactly that. 1-0 is the score. 7 different innings with a 0, or half innings with a 0 put up. Only one with a score there. Plummer for Doane, who is back out on the mound, through 4 innings, 59 total pitches. He has thrown through 4 innings, 6 hits, only 1 run allowed, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 19 batters he has faced. Dykstra on the other end through 4 complete innings, 62 total pitches, only 3 pitch difference between them. 2 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 15 batters faced. Similar stats in a 1-0 game.
So that first pitch of the inning is hit towards left and caught out there by the left fielder, Takahashi, making a nice play to get the first out of this 5th inning. Up to bat was Riknovsky to start the 5th. And we should mention the 5th inning brought to you by Runza, the top of the 5th here. Pick the perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack, made fresh and topped the way you like. Runza, now in Yankton. That'll bring Guidry up to the bat, the designated hitter. He's got 2 hits today. That pitch fouled off, make the count 1-1 here with 1 out in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, Guidry, 2 hits, been left on both times.
As that one's driven out to left again, and that is going to be caught again by Taiyo Takahashi, making a nice play out there, sliding after that one. 2 back-to-back incredible catches out there in left field.
Yeah, Takahashi's having himself a day. We talked about it. That one mistake earlier went to the wrong shoulder, and he's been money since then. Everything going remotely towards left field has been in the glove.
Yeah, 2 deep drives to left and 2 plays there out in left for 2 quick outs. Now that'll bring Dirks up to the plate as he pops that one up.
3 for 3.
And makes the catch out there in left field. Gets as many outs as you can in an inning there for Taiyo Takahashi. And that'll do it for the top of the 5th here. Heading into the bottom of the 5th, your score is 1-0 Northwestern over Doane. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. We'll be back with GPAC tournament action and the Doane Bats here in 30 seconds.
Vacation close to home. Vacation in Yankton. Yankton is just a quick trip from Nebraska and Iowa. Yankton features one of the best recreational areas around, Lewis and Clark Lake, with boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, biking, and miles of shoreline. Take the kids to our fabulous aquatic center, shop and eat in our historic Meridian District, or take a stroll on our famous Meridian Bridge. It's all here and not that far away. Plan your next vacation in Yankton, South Dakota at visityanktonsd.com.
Bottom of the 5th here at Riverside Field, and the Doane Bats on the way to take on Drew Dykstra. 1-0 is your score. Northwestern leads for Tel Tanner. I'm Josh Bolter, and your bottom of the 5th is brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank is committed to more than just providing financial services. They are dedicated to making a meaningful impact in our communities. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. You know, sometimes I'm glad to get those ad reads in early in inning, as we just saw in the top of the 5th. Just a few pitches there, 3 quick flyouts, and all of a sudden Northwestern back out here playing a little defense.
Yeah, no kidding. Plummer, I think he entered that inning with, 59 pitches going into it, and I think he ends with about 65. So, yeah, that was a very efficient inning. Throw to contact, 3 flyouts to left, and Doane gets their bats back up.
Dykstra now on the mound. That pitch is going to be bunted. It's Harris over there, and he is going to beat that out. That's a base hit and a runner on here with no outs on the bunt from Max Harris to start the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, the first baseman himself just catching him off guard with a short bunt down the first base line, runs it out to get there. They were not expecting the leadoff hitter on the first pitch to hit that bunt.
Yeah, not expecting that. It works here for Doane. They got a runner on first with no outs, and that'll bring the shortstop up to the plate. That's Justin Nevels, the 5'8" senior out of Alaska, here at the plate. As he tries to bunt too, but that pitch is going to get past, and that'll advance the runner to second. All of a sudden, Doane in business here at Riverside Field.
Runner in scoring position with no outs. Doane in a very, very good chance to tie up this game. This is the eighth batter in the order for Doane as well.
Pitch, he looks to bunt again, and that's going to be fouled. Make the count one apiece. Trying to advance that runner. Once again, a run here does tie this one. You know, Doane's obviously looking for more, but in order to get more, you got to tie it first. Neville's did record an out in his first plate appearance here, the 8-hole batter here today. He did fly out in his first appearance. That pitch is a ball. Once again, Neville's still looking to bunt here, Tell.
Just trying to get on base any way you can. Really good situation for Doane here. Once again, the 8th batter in the order, 9-hole up next, and you go to the top of the order. If this man can get on base here, 2 on with no outs and the 9-hole at the plate, you're in a really good position. He's going to bunt.
That one bunted. Dykstra makes the throw over to first for the out, but that does advance the runner. 1 on third with 1 out here, and that'll bring the catcher, Jerry Nix, up to the plate here, the 9-hole hitter here, trying to bring in a run for the Doane Tigers to get their first run of the day. Nix did fly out in his first plate appearance.
With only 1 out, the runner 90 feet away, as you said, Nix the 9-hole batter here.
Red shirt senior here for the Tigers from California. Dykstra on the mound. Infielders are in a little bit as that pitch is a ball low in the dirt. Short's able to get in front of it and prevent a wild pitch.
A wild pitch here would lead to a tie game. Good block from the catcher.
Actually, I think they see it, the counts right on the board. They're saying he went around. I didn't see what the umpire called. As of now, we're going to say he went around, count 0-1.
Yep.
Dykstra trying to get out of this jam, needs a strikeout or an infield fly. The pitch is called a strike, make it 0-2 here for Drew Dykstra.
I love the strategy from the Doane dugout as well there. The call was for him to bunt, try and bunt, and you could hear the call from the dugout saying, hit it hard, hit it hard.
And that's risky to a point, though, because if you have a short one, that could very easily result in an out at the plate.
Yeah.
The 0-2 here is grounded over to short. They're going to make the throw at home. Runner is safe. That's Harris as that throw goes wild, and that'll advance Nix to second base. And we got a tie game here at Riverside Field in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, just a bad throw. Trying to move too quickly to catch the runner at the plate. Went a little too far to the right from the positioning of that defensive player, well past the catcher. Tie ball game, 1-1 in Yankton.
Yeah, risky throw there for Northwestern. Didn't pay off, and now all of a sudden, 1 out here for the Tigers and tie game, but also there's a runner on second after that wild throw. Nix over there at second base.
And we're back at the top of the order. This is exactly the situation Doane was trying to get into.
That pitch is called a ball. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. One man on second base. Doane looking for their first lead of the day as that pitch is driven out to left field, and that's going to get down. I don't know if the runner will score. He hesitated a little bit off his start there at third, and that's where he's going to stay. So Amick gets a hit. There'll be runners on the corners with 1 out here for the Doane Tigers.
I believe that is Gage Reba out there, courtesy running, by the way, for the catcher, Nix. He's on third. Redshirt freshman out of Springfield has a chance to get the leading run of this ball game with another base hit.
We do have a mound visit here. First one of the day for Northwestern. Dykstra really not in any trouble before this inning, but all of a sudden, Doane gets a couple things going with that surprise bunt, and all of a sudden, they're looking here to try to take their first lead of the day. And once again, you think anything into the outfield, as long as it's with a reasonable distance, should bring home a runner. We'll see what happens. Once again, this is game 1 of the GPAC tournament. We will have Morningside Mount Marty for you 40 minutes after the conclusion of this game. So when this game goes final, we'll get ready here and have Morningside and Mount Marty later tonight.
Kwapnowski, once again, that monster at the plate with a .462 batting average on the year, has struck out twice today, but still a good moment to have the lefty batter up. Runners on the corners and 1 out. Tie ball game for the moment.
Yeah, big spot here. Obviously with the base hit, Doane taking the lead. 1 out, runners on the corners. The pitch from Dykstra is called a strike, looking.
First pitch strike, so important in a situation like this.
Once again, up to bat is Kwapnowski, a junior out of Columbus, Nebraska. The lefty with the 0-1 count. Pitch low, throw over to second, trying to get the runner at third to bite. No avail on that one, and the only negative out of that for Northwestern is now that takes away any double play possibility.
Yeah, I like the stolen base call there. They're able to get the runner from first to second, and you can tell the whole time Northwestern was really just trying to prevent the play or the runner from third from getting home. They kind of let him go.
Dykstra now, the 0-2, is fouled off out of play. Dykstra needs a strikeout here. Then all of a sudden you have a play at first potentially with 2 outs, but needs to get that strikeout here.
Dykstra's been having a great game right up until this inning. The pitch count is now in the 70s. Could be a factor there.
Pitch from Dykstra is called a ball. Count even at 2 apiece. Let's get 1 out here. Runners on second and third for Kwapnowski. You got to think a hit brings in both runners on base. The pitch is tipped and caught. They're going to call that a strikeout. Dykstra gets the out he needs there with a strikeout, and he's 1 out away of getting out of this jam and keeping it a tie game.
Yeah, that's great from Dykstra. We just said he's been having a great game right up until now. Maybe he's going to restart it, keep the game tied at 1 apiece. We'll see with this batter. 2 outs, 2 on.
And that'll bring Johnny Volcano, the 3-hole hitter, playing second base today. He is 0 for 2 as he fouls that one back towards us once again. Make the count 0-1. Volcano once again, base hit, probably scores both runners. You think with 2 outs, they're taking off on contact. The pitch outside, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Dykstra looking to get out of this jam for Northwestern. Meanwhile, for Doane, they're looking to take their first lead of the day. Winner of this game will play at noon tomorrow, we should mention. So that pitch is called a strike, make the count 1-2. Meanwhile, the loser will play in the 3 o'clock spot, or at least after the first game tomorrow, but we still got to wait and see what happens here. Looks like it should be a great conclusion. We're only in the 5th inning, but tight game between these 2 teams. 1-2, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Pitched low on the breaking ball, evens the count at 2 apiece. Dykstra now looking to get out of this jam. The 2-2 is fouled off. This at-bat will continue here. Volcano staying alive. Volcano looking to be a middle of the game hero here for Doane if he can get a base hit. The pitch is high, full count here on Volcano, make it 3-2.
First game of the GPAC tournament usually goes as a pitcher's duel. You see it so often with both teams throwing out a couple of their best arms. Any runs could win it here. You never know what the runs are going to go down the stretch. This is a big at-bat.
The 3-2 is called a ball. He walks, the bases loaded. Volcano gets on with a walk, and that will bring up the third baseman, number 11, Jordan Bond, to the plate with bases loaded and 2 outs in a tie game.
Oh, you could say this is the biggest at-bat of the game by far. No doubt about that. Bases loaded, 2 outs, tie ball game at 1 apiece. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning right at the moment.
And I would say up to this point, the biggest at-bat of Jordan Bond's season. Bases loaded. The first pitch is driven past the shortstop. That's going to get through for a run, and they're going to send another one. Ball bobbled, make it 2 for the Doane Tigers, and it's Jordan Bond with the hit. Now the score 3-1 Doane here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, the left fielder Click out there ran past the ball for a split second, had to go back and grab it, throw in. That led to the second run. 2 runs go for Doane off one swing of the bat, and they lead this game 3-1 all of a sudden.
And how about the third baseman, Jordan Bond, the senior for Doane, making a big play when his team needed it, giving the Doane Tigers their first lead of the day. We continue play here. Pitch is high. There still are runners on first and second, so Doane can add to their lead, probably the base hit, and tasked with that is Aaron Volcano. He does have 2 hits today, so we'll see if he can get a third and maybe get another run across here for Doane. The 1-0. Pitch outside, make it 2-0. And you can tell Dykstra's getting a little frustrated, jumping around a little bit after a couple pitches here. You know, obviously not his cleanest inning. Was pitching a shutout through those first 4, and all of a sudden this inning, the Doane bat's kind of getting to him.
Not only that, but the pitch count is starting to get up there. He's in the mid-80s now entering this inning with, I think, 61. He's thrown more than, or almost, this is going to be pitch 25 of the inning, I believe. He's starting to really get up there. They start to wear a little bit on that arm. There is action in the bullpen for Northwestern as well.
Yeah, action in the pen, and you wonder if he can get out of this jam. Maybe if you'll see him again in the 6th. Not sure. It depends on that decision, but he's got to get out of this jam first. The 2-0 is hit in between first and second base, and that's going to bring a man across at home. The throw is not in time, and that's an RBI single over there for Aaron Volcano. Make it 4-1 Doane.
Decision time for Northwestern, and there is the mound visit. Yep, we are going to see it. We'll see if they switch pitchers here. I would expect that might be the day for Dykstra.
I think that will be it, and we're going to take a quick break here on KYN TV as we wait for this pitcher change. Your score is 4-1 Doane here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th for Tel Tanner. I'm Josh Bolter. You're watching GPAC tournament action on KYN TV.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
It's calling, summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers, credit unions, the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union, join the drive today.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada's Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
All right, your score is 4-1 at Riverside Field. We got 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Doane with 4 runs here in the 5th inning to take their first lead of the day. Taking a look at Drew Dykstra for Northwestern. He ended up pitching 4 2/3, giving up 2 earned runs in this inning. 5 strikeouts on the day. And relieving him is Peyton Montesinos. Let's go through his numbers on the season.
Yeah, Montesinos, a 4.38 ERA. He's got 4 wins, 1 loss on the resume, along with 2 saves. He has started 2 games as well. This will be appearance number 16. Breaks the tie with McKinney, who those two came into today both with 15 appearances. We're probably going to see McKinney later in this tournament anyway, but Montesinos now 16 on the season, 39 complete innings pitched, 31 hits, 21 runs given up through 39 innings.
So that one popped over to second. Looks like he's going to make quick work of this, and does. Gets the final out. So 4 runs here in the 5th for Doane. They take the lead 4-1. Riverside Field will come back here in 30 seconds with the top of the 6th. I'm Josh Bolter with Tel Tanner, live from Riverside Field. It's GPAC Tournament Baseball action on KYNT.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
At Elkhorn
Top of the 6th here from Riverside Field. Score is 4-1 Doane. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tel Tanner. GPAC tournament action, and big inning there for Doane as we enter the top of the 6th, which is brought to you by Runza. Pick the perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack. Made fresh, top the way you like. Runza now in Yankton. Tel, we welcome in Tel Tanner, and big inning there for Doane as they get 4 runs, and now all of a sudden Riley, looking at here, Riley Plummer coming up with his first lead of the day on the mound here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, now you're playing with a 3-run cushion, but there are 4 innings left. This is not the usual game 1 we're used to throughout the GPAC regular season, where you get a 7-inning game 1. We're throwing 9 here today. They've got to hold this lead for straight 4 innings.
First pitch of the top of the 6th is a ball. This is Bryce Click at the plate as he fouls one off, make it even at 1 apiece. He does have an RBI hit in this game, the lone run for Northwestern through 5. Pitch there, fouled off again, make it 1-2. Northwestern down 3 now, trying to get something going here and cut into that Doane lead.
You mentioned how Click's been doing today. On the season, his batting average just north of 300, a 303 on the year. High pitch there. 407 on base percentage, 23 hits, 12 RBIs coming into today.
He is 1 for 2 with that hit and RBI. Does have a strikeout in his other appearances. He hits that one like half swing. That's going to pop over to first, and making the catch over at first base is Max Harris for the first out of the top of the 6th.
That 1 up, 1 down. That's how you want to start if you're Doane. For Northwestern, Schroeder, now the right fielder back up. He does have 1 hit today in his 2 at-bats. The other one was the final out of an inning. He left 2 on.
And had a nice catch over in right earlier in this game as well. Right against that foul line over in right field. First pitch is 1-0. Plummer's pitch count in relatively good shape, right at about 70 pitches through 5 1/3. It's what you want from your top guy, or from your first pitcher of this tournament. Go deep in, or as deep in as you can, and he's through 5 1/3 with only giving up 1 run. The 2-0 count now from Plummer is hit over to second base. Nice play by Volcano. He's going to throw it over, and Harris scoops it for the out, make it 2 down here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, you mentioned having your pitchers just go as far as they can, especially early in these tournaments, because then you just get to save arms. A lot of times the GPAC tournament sometimes comes down to whose bullpen has the best arm, has the most arms, you can say, the most guys that are really capable of throwing at this level. We see it so often. Guys run out of arms by Friday. when you have a guy go as long as he is today and hopefully longer, that really helps.
That helps, and he's 1 out away from getting out of the sixth here. The pitch is driven out to center field, and that's going to be caught. What a catch by the center fielder out there. That is Amick making the play and ending the top of the sixth. So through going into the bottom of the sixth, score 4-1 here. Doane leads over Northwestern. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. You're watching GPAC tournament action here on KYN TV.
Valley Bank Community Banking isn't just what we do, it's who we are. We believe in local decisions, personalized service, and reinvesting in Yankton to help our community grow. Elkhorn Valley Bank offers fast loan approvals, friendly faces, and employees who truly care. Whether you're saving, borrowing, or planning for the future, trust your hometown bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank, local, strong, and here for you. For more information, go to evb.bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference.
Bottom of the sixth, score 4-1 Doane. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tel Tanner. This is the 3-6 matchup, and we're in the bottom of the sixth, which is brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. Elkhorn Valley Bank is committed to more than just providing financial services. They're dedicated to making a meaningful impact in our communities. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Until this game really in the bottom of the fifth turned on a swivel. We're Doane with all the momentum now, up 3 runs here with their bats coming up in the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, 4 runs in the bottom of the fifth leads to a pitching change for Northwestern. Now it's Peyton Montesinos out on the mound, toeing the rubber here to start off the sixth. They need a long arm reliever to go quite a long way for Northwestern, but the bats for Doane are hitting well. Montesinos, we were talking about his stats at the end of that inning when he threw exactly 1 pitch to get the final out, fly out over to, I believe, the second baseman, I believe it was. Either way, he has a 4.38 ERA, 4 wins, 1 loss in his now 16 appearances, this number 16. 2 starts under his belt as well, and 2 saves, 39 in the third innings pitched, with 37 strikeouts to 17 walks and a .217 batting average he allows.
And he will be facing Max Harris, the first baseman for Doane, who really started that rally in the fifth with that surprise bunt to get on to start as he gets a wild pitch there to make the count 1-0 at the start of this inning.
Harris, redshirt sophomore, 31st hit on the year that was. Batting average is just under 300 in the high 290s.
Just under 300, and like I was just saying, got that key bunt hit, that bunt single in the bottom of the fifth as he takes a pitch, make it 2-0 in the count.
One of 4 guys that ended up getting hit home as well.
2-0, swing and a miss, make it 2-1.
Montesinos now, obviously you had 1 pitch at the end of the 5th inning, and that is all, but this is first full inning he's just got to himself.
The 2-1 here, swing and a miss, battles back and evens up the count at 2 apiece.
Want to start it off with a good at-bat here.
Pitch here outside, make it a full count. By the way, we are still waiting as of now, at least according to the GPAC website, is that pitch payoff fouled off. According to the GPAC Sports website, Midland and Briarcliff now looks like they'll have first pitch about 5:30 tonight, so we'll keep you updated on that. Payoff here is called a strike. Looking, Harris thought he had a ball, but Montesinos gets the call for a strikeout to start this bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, going back to Concordia, no strangers to rain delays down there at that stadium. 5:30 p.m. Briarcliff versus Midland, and then the Concordia game versus Dakota Wesleyan not going to start until 8:30 is the scheduled time right at the moment. We'll try and keep you updated on those, but welcome you in here for game 1 of the GPAC tournament. Solo action, only GPAC action going on today here between Northwestern and Doane right at the moment.
And that first pitch of the at-bat is high. It's Jackson Nevels at the plate. Justin, excuse me. My apologies. Sorry, Justin. 1-1 the count. 1 out here. Montesinos the pitch. High and inside. Make it 2-1. Here. Is high and inside once again. Make it 3-1.
Montesinos throwing a lot of balls here. Had a full count in his first batter of the inning. Now 3-1 in the second.
But has shown ability to battle back as he does throw a ball there and walks his first batter of the inning.
But
He
jinxed him.
Yeah, did get a strikeout in that first one after being down 2-0 in the count, but walks Neville's there, puts a runner on, and that'll bring the catcher, number 7, Jerry Nix, up to the plate here. Has a big RBI in this game, and now looking to add to his day here with 1 out and 1 on. Throw over to first, runner is safe. It's again, nice day here at Riverside Field. A little windy, but not cold. Montesinos, first pitch of that bat is called a strike. Make it 0-1.
Nix did get an RBI in his last at-bat here. Starting off the bottom of the 5th with that first RBI of the game for Doane.
Here comes the 0-1. High and inside once again. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. Amick, the leadoff hitter, on deck. Here comes the 1-1. And throw over to first, safe.
Neville's the shortstop, the guy running the bags once again out there at first. Nix at the plate.
Montesinos looking to get out of this inning. Couple quick outs, pitch outside, make it 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. Pitch fouled off, out of play on the first base side. Count even at 2 apiece. Key moment here for Northwestern. You want to try to keep this within 3 runs if you can. Here comes the 2-2. Pitch in the dirt, make it a full count. Runner takes off for second. The throw is in time. Gets the out, a big out there for Northwestern. It's Isaac Short, the catcher, making the throw. Get that second out.
What a swing of the arm, too, from the second baseman. Got a hold of that one and instantly got around for the tag. That was really nice.
Yeah, quick swivel there. The second baseman in on that play. It was Matheson getting the tag on that. However, after that, Montesinos does walk Nix on that play. So that'll put a runner on. Really just a similar situation with 1 more out. However, top of the lineup here for Doane. It is number 3, Logan Amick, the senior out of Florida, here at the plate.
But 2 outs on the board, as you said, less of a threat here. But Amick can really change things up with a base hit. Or nearly an HBP. That went behind him.
I thought I heard it click something. I thought maybe it hit him there. But yeah, make the count 1-0 and pitch a little behind. And that really, for Montesinos, when he's been missing, it's been on that side of the plate. 1-0 here is low. Make it 2-0. Doane leads 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Trying to add on a couple more runs to their lead. The pitch is hit out into right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding towards the third, and safe is the pinch runner. I believe that is number 29, Thaden Weewool, out there pinch running on that one. Now all of a sudden, runners on the corners here. with 2 outs for Doane.
Yeah, Emick changes things up. That's why he's their leadoff hitter. You go up there, you got 2 outs on the board, you can take a breath and go, hey, we just got to get one more, one swing of the bat, and all of a sudden there's runners on the corners and Doane threatening to put one more on. Northwestern has another mound visit.
Another mound visit here, and there are runners on the corners. We'll see if they do go to the pen, and I believe they will. It's a lefty on the mound here for Northwestern. It is
now pitching for Northwestern,
number 30, Jacob Swallow. So he'll warm up, and we're going to take a quick break while he's doing that. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 4-1 is your score. Doane leads. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter watching GPAC tournament baseball action here on KYN TV.
Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers, powered by plant-based natural caffeine. And they come in 4 delicious flavors: pomegranate passion, mango mojo, prickly pear, and watermelon wild. Why do you keep doing that?
These refreshers are just so refreshing.
But you don't have to make that noise every time. Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business, it's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
Summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers Credit Unions, the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union. Join the drive today.
Looking to vacation close to home? Well, how about Yankton? Yankton is
Lefty on the mound here. Wild pitch from Jacob Swallow, and that's going to bring home a run. Make it 5-1 Doane with the wild pitch. I'm Josh Bolter. Tel Tanner with me here on KYN TV. Doane now leads 5-1 after the wild pitch. It's Jacob Swallow on the mound here. Tel, let's break it down here for the lefty. His 3rd appearance of the season.
Yeah, that was a tough throw right there to start off the appearance as well. A wild pitch on your very first throw that leads to a run. Like, that's one where you really got to just get mentally tough and shake that one off and get back in the at-bat. In terms of stats on the season, there's not a lot. This is kind of an untested guy. This is only the 8th batter he's faced all year. He's had 7 at-bats total. Now, in those 7 at-bats, he's been very, very good. Did not allow a run, 1 hit through two innings. This is only his 3rd appearance, and once again, his 8th batter.
So he has another wild pitch there. Make it 2-1. The runner will advance all the way to 3rd. Now, after 2 wild pitches, you give a run, and the guy advances to 3rd. And a couple rough start here for Swallows. He's trying to get out of this inning and limit the damage.
Yeah, a rough start, as you said. Northwestern going to a bullpen arm, a little more untested, as we've been saying here, and a couple of wild pitches to start it off. 2 of his first 3 throws.
Here comes the 2-1 for Swallow. The pitch is hit over to 3rd. The throw is in time, and that'll do it here for the bottom of the 6th. 1 run, though, for the Doane Tigers. 1 man left on. Your score after 6 is a 5-1 Doane over Northwestern. This is the 3-6 matchup in the GPAC tournament first round. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tel Tanner. We'll have the Northwestern bats in the top of the 7th next.
Summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers Credit Unions, the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union.
Top of the 7th here from Riverside Field-Yankton. The 3 seed leads over 6 seeded Northwestern 5-1. I'm Josh Bolter, joined by Tel Tanner here today. Wanted to shout out Bryce Ladwig while we're at our sports director at KYNT and KYN TV, doing a great job over there, running ads and switching cameras and things like that, doing great, working things out for us and doing a great job today as we enter the top of the 7th, which is brought to you by Fairfield by Marriott. Call the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express in Yankton Direct for great rates and flexible reservation changes. Top of the 7th here, we got Riley Plummer on the mound once again. He's only given up 1 run through 6, Tal.
Yeah, 1 run through 6 and a pitch count at 72 through 6 innings. He has had a very good day. 25 batters he's faced through 6 complete innings, has had 3 strikeouts to only 1 walk, and as you said, 1 run. That's the big number.
Jack Craig, the pinch hitter here, his first appearance of the day, pops that one high towards third on a grounder. The throw is in time to start the top of the 7th from Bond. He's played a good glove over at third base today.
For the Red Raiders, the shortstop, Brody Ayers.
Brody Ayers now up to bat here. He does have a walk and an out here this afternoon. 1 out into the top of the 7th. And we talked about it off the air where Plummer's pitch count's at. It's in the 70s, and if you want to maintain even more, he has gone a good length in this game, but if you want to maintain even more quick outs like that he just got against Craig will go a long way in doing that. 1-0 now for Riley Plummer as we're going to get a time. Here.
And we need a mic on that official, then we can know what was said there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have had a couple of officials in the GPAC tell me, yeah, I'd wear a mic, and I'm like, I don't have the capability to give you that, but I'd do it. I'd do it.
The 1-0 there is a strike, but that would be interesting. Umpires
live
are mic'd up live here. It'd be a lot of fun, but
the FCC probably wouldn't like it with the language. But
that pitch is hit out into center and dropped, and that's going to get down. Ayers is going to get to second on that, and not able to come up to the catch in center field was Amick out there, and all of a sudden a runner on here for Northwestern in the 7th.
Yeah, right off Amick's glove. It hit the glove, just the very edge of it as he was at a full sprint moving left. Just couldn't get it in, and a double now in the books for Northwestern. Man in scoring position. They've got a 5-1 deficit to chip into here in the 7th. They need to start it now. Don't have to get all 5 or all 4 here, but you want a couple.
Covering a great distance there was Amick. Not able to make the catch, though. Up to bat, top of the lineup, Robleski up to bat here. Number 12, Luke Robleski once again. He does have a hit and a run, the lone run for Northwestern today, and he's looking to drive one across here with a base hit.
That dangerous situation to have this guy at the plate. He's got 33 RBIs and 66 hits on the year. Leadoff man for Northwestern.
Count even now at 1 apiece after that strike call. Plummer checks the runner at second, throws a pitch, low, make it 2-1. Once again, one swing of the bat could completely change this game. Plummer, the 2-1. Pitch is called a strike, make the count even at 2. Here comes the 2-2 from Plummer. The pitch is hit over to third, picked up by Bond. The throw is in time for out number 2 here in the top of the 7th. And I was just about to say before that count, how about Riley Plummer today? You talked about him, number 19, the redshirt freshman from Grand Island, Nebraska, getting the nod in a big start, and you see why. He's got 6 2/3 with only 1 run given up and 1 out away from getting out of this jam here in the 7th.
And the pitch count just hit 80. That is all.
Got to think if he's able to get out of this, you'll see him in the 8th as well. But first, he's got to deal with number 4 here, Grant Riknovsky for Northwestern, trying to get his first hit of the day. He is 0 for 3. Pitch is popped high towards left field. Getting underneath that one is Taiyo Takahashi, and he's going to make the catch, and that'll do it for the 7th inning, and we head to the 7th inning stretch with your score being 5-1 Doane over Northwestern here in the 3-6 matchup. I'm Josh Bolter with Tel Tanner. We'll be back with the Doane Bats here in 30 seconds.
Looking to vacation close to home? Well, how about Yankton? Yankton is located in southeastern South Dakota. It's close to Iowa and on the Nebraska border. That makes it a great option for a fun family getaway this summer. Enjoy the Lewis and Clark Lake area for camping, boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, or biking. Visit the Youth or Family Aquatic Center. Walk the Meridian Bridge and shop downtown. Hey, there's lots to do in Yankton, and it isn't that far away. Plan your next vacation at visityanktonsd.com.
We're back here at Riverside Field, where we have a new pitcher for Northwestern. It's Corey McKinney. We'll get his numbers in a minute. Score is 5-1 Doane here in the bottom of the 7th. I'm Josh Bolter, once again joined by Tel Tanner. GPAC Tournament Action Baseball, first matchup of the tournament here, the 3-6 between Doane and Northwestern. Bottom of the 7th is brought to you by Yankton Thrive. Yes, there is a thriving business economy here in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all the businesses from retail to manufacturing is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. We welcome in Tel Tanner, and let's get Corey McKinney's numbers on the season here, Tel.
Yeah, I actually talked about this guy a little bit earlier, saying we are going to see him this weekend, and he's actually earlier than I expected him. This will be appearance number 16, once again tying Montesinos for a team high, all as a reliever for him. On the other hand, one save in there, and this guy is a closing pitcher. He does not throw a lot of innings. In 15 appearances, he's thrown 19 and 2/3 innings total. 21 hits to 15 runs he's given up, 25 strikeouts to 10 walks, and a .273 batting average against him.
And a lot of these situations, high leverage situations, that first pitch is a strike from McKinney, where you'll see managers choose to throw their best pitcher in high leverage situations. And that's what you have here, as Doane's got their 3, 4, 5 hitters up in the 2 Volcanos and Bond here. So they're trusting McKinney to take care of business against the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Here's the 1-1, and that pitch is a strike. Put it in, make the count 1-2.
Yeah, slow-moving breaking ball there. Call was that it just caught the zone.
McKinney now.
Good look.
Yeah, good look. And the 1-2 here. Going to be low and a little bit wild there, but doesn't really matter with no one on. And now Johnny Volcano looking for his first hit today. He does have a walk and did later score. It's been those 4 or 5 hitters for Doane doing some damage. 3 RBIs between those two, so if Volcano can get on, watch out. The pitch is hit, and he's got his first hit of the day past the shortstop. Ayers bobbled out in center, but they'll hold the runner. So Johnny Volcano getting his first hit of the day, and a base runner on here with no outs in the 7th for Doane.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it for Doane. You're already leading 5-1. You go to the bottom of the 7th inning with your starting pitcher still on the mound. He's thrown 7 complete now, and Plummer's pitch count still in the low 80s at 83. He can still keep going. This is a great situation for Doane, especially if they can start adding.
Looking to add a little more here. McKinney, the pitch is low once again. Had a couple of those here early. Up to bat is Jordan Bond, the third baseman. Had the biggest hit of the day to add those 2 RBIs to give Doane the lead 3-1 earlier in this. It's now 5-1. And they're looking to add to their lead once again here in the 7th with 1 on and no outs. The pitch is outside. Make the count 2-0. Comes the 2-0 from McKinney. Low again, make it 3-0. He's in danger of putting 2 runners on here with no outs.
Yeah, and Bond, no stranger to big hits. He's got 2 ribbies already today off of 1 hit.
Here comes the 3-0. That pitch is called a strike. Make it 3-1. Want to be careful here with Bond. Like you said, big hit, but the man after him, looking at Aaron Volcano, he's got 3 hits and an RBI today as well, and he's been Mr. Automatic. That pitch is high, making a ball. 2 runners on here with no outs for the Tigers.
Yeah, might have got him with the runner on first, going for a second. Everybody shouts runner, might have thrown off the pitcher a little bit. Ball was high, ball 4, and that's not a good time for a walk. Now there's 2 on with no outs in the bottom of this 7th inning.
Yeah, now if you're Corey McKinney, you're looking here. You got to find a way to get some outs no matter what it is. Even if it's a pop fly in the outfield or a strikeout or whatever you can get, you're just looking to get an out on the board here. We welcome Aaron Volcano to the plate. He's got 3 hits and an RBI today as that first pitch is high, make the count 1-0. We are getting a mound visit here from Northwestern. Try to settle down McKinney.
And Coach Weedy. In his 19th season as the head coach for Northwestern, coming out and talking. Done it a long time. We'll see what they decide to do here. He's trying to just get some confidence into his guys right now. It's hard to get out of these situations once you get in. The whole team starts to get a little down. You just kind of got to remind yourselves, hey, we belong here. We're ready to go. Let's get this rolling.
Yeah, get it rolling here and looking to, once again, a ground out or grounder or just something, trying to get some momentum here. And down 4 in the late stages of this game, bottom of the 7th. Here comes the pitch from McKinney, and that's low and in the dirt once again, make it 2-0.
Three hits and 3 at-bats for this man at the plate. If he can make it 4, it might extend the lead.
Pitch low and outside once again, make it 3-0. McKinney here, trying to avoid walking the bases loaded. No outs.
Be a back-to-back walk here, too, to load up the bases.
Here comes the 3-0. The pitch is low and outside. Ball 4, bases loaded, no outs.
Yeah, back-to-back walks, a tough time there, and that's going to probably do it for McKinney.
Yeah.
Yep, there's the visit.
Yeah, there's the visit. And let's see what happens here. They do have a man walking out of the pen. I can't see from here who that is, but that's going to do it for Corey McKinney. We got bases loaded, scores 5-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. We're going to come back here in a minute while the new pitcher is warming up, and we'll get those numbers for you when we get back. I'm Josh Bolter for Tel Tanner. 5-1. Doane leads with bases loaded here in the bottom of the 7th on KYN TV.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada Ace Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
5-1 is your score. Doane leads here in the bottom of the 7th over the Northwestern Red Raiders. On the mound right now, it's Colton Corver. He's made 10 appearances, has not given up a run. We got Tel Tanner with us in the booth here. Bases loaded, no outs. A tough situation for Corver, but he's looking to come in and shut things down if he can. and he's going to face at the plate here Taiyo Takahashi. The first pitch of the bat is high and over the head of Takahashi, but making a nice catch is Isaac Short. Otherwise, that would have brought in a run.
A tough first pitch there, but only a ball in the books. Didn't get by the catcher. That's good.
1-0 the count. And at this point, if you're Corver, just trying to limit the damage. Here comes the 1-0. That pitch inside, too. Having some troubles with command here early. Make it 2-0.
Takahashi nearly got hit by the first and second pitch there. 2-0 count. Bases loaded.
Here comes the 2-0. That pitch is low, make it 3-0. And there is nowhere to put that runner. If this is a walk, that's going to result in a run for Doane.
This just seems like a momentum thing right now. Corver does have 6 walks on the season through his 11 2/3 innings pitched. This is his 11th appearance now.
Here comes the 3-0. The pitch is a strike, make it 3-1.
ERA, by the way, for this guy through 10 appearances, 0. He's been very good. 3 runs allowed total through 10 appearances. 44 at-bats he's had. 205 batting average against him. This is a good pitcher, but a tough situation right now.
3-1 is fouled off. Corver battling back here. Full count. Trying to limit the damage here. Doane has not brought across any runners this inning, but they have scored all of their 5 runs in the last 2 innings. 4 in the 5th, 1 last inning here. Full count, pitch is high, and that's a walk, and that'll result in a run here for Doane. Make it 6-1.
Yeah, Doane is really putting up some runs right now. And they got 0 outs on the board. That is the biggest stat right now. No outs, and the bases are still loaded.
Up the plate now, Max Harris, the first baseman. He does have a hit on a bunt single, later scored. The pitch here is called a strike, make it 0-1.
Got him on the fastball there, threw some heat on the first pitch. It's what you need in a situation like this. You just walked a batter, which led to a run. You need a first pitch strike, and he got it. Now keep it rolling.
Here comes the 0-1 from Corver. Pitch is in on a breaking ball that drops. Looked like it was going to go high and drop at the last second. Make it 0-2 on the count. And Corver trying to get the first out of the inning here.
That was a good-looking pitch on that breaking ball.
Yeah, 3 walks in this inning between McKinney and Corver. 2 from McKinney, 1 from Corver. Here comes the 0-2, and that pitch swing and a miss, and gets the strikeout on Harris. Needed that one, and gets the first out of the inning. Bases still loaded, though, for Doane.
For the Tigers, the shortstop, Justin Nevels.
That will bring Justin Nevels to the plate. Nevels on the day does have a walk. I think he'd take one of those again right about now. Score is 6-1. Bases loaded, 1 out. Corver the pitch. High on a breaking ball that did not break. Make it 1-0. Bases low, you got to assume a hit scores at least 1, if not 2. So that one's popped high and out of play down the first base line. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. Six unanswered from Doane here. They did trail 1-0 going into the 5th. They've been able to rally, and now it's 6-1, and offense is clicking. Base loaded, 1 out. Corver the pitch. That one is fouled off again. Go out of play, make the count 1-2.
Corver settling in now after walking his first batter. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, struck out his second batter. Now his third up. He's up in the count 1-2.
And a strikeout or an infield pop-up would be huge here for him. The 1-2 here is popped up behind and out of play once again. Neville's fouling off a few here and just trying to stay alive. Corver, a good pitcher we talked about, has not given up an earned run this season. Here comes the 1-2. That pitch hit over and past the second baseman. That's going to score at least 1. Coming around third is Volcano, sliding and gets in. That'll score 2 off the base hit from Nevels. Make it 8-1 Doane here in the bottom of the 7th.
And Northwestern cut that throw off going back to home plate. Maybe should have let it. They might have had a chance at the plate there. Either way, it is, as you said, 8-1 with runners on the corners. And all of a sudden here, I believe in postseason, the run rule is still active at 10 after 7. A home run here would end the game.
Could potentially do that. And Jerry Nix is going to get that opportunity. The catcher, 6'1" redshirt senior out of California, here at the plate. He does have an RBI today and a walk as the runner takes off. Pitch hit high. Nix run to first. That will score a run. Runner's out at first, and while that's happening, runner Steeler gets to third over there. That's Neville's. Make it 9-1 off of that crazy play, and do get the out, does Northwestern, but another run there on the high grounder from Nix. Make it 9-1, and damage could possibly be done here. You don't want to ever say never, but an 8-run lead at this point in the game is hard to overcome. Not impossible, but definitely difficult here. Corver still on the mound. It brings up Amick to the plate. He's got 2 hits and a run today. Leadoff man for the Tigers as he takes ball 1. Does have a runner on third with 2 outs. Here comes the 1-0. That pitch, a strike. Corver trying to get out of this jam. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. They're going to say that's high. Make the count 2-1.
2-1 count and a runner 90 feet away here in Neville's.
Two-1 from Corver. The pitch is high. Make it 3-1. If he were to get on, it'd be Sam Kwapnoski, the designated hitter today, on deck. Here comes the 3-1 from Corver. The pitch, in for a strike, make it 3-2.
A full count pitch incoming with 2 outs on the board, 9-1 your score. Neville's on third, nobody else on.
Here comes the payoff pitch. That pitch is fouled off and out of play. We'll do it again. It's 5:02. We will have Mount Marty versus Morningside 40 minutes after the conclusion of this ball game. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ball outside, walks Amick, and that'll bring up Sam Kwapnoski here, the junior out of Columbus, Nebraska, looking for his first hit of the day. He is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and he's got a chance to add on this Tiger lead. We are getting a mound visit, and I believe that'll be a new pitcher coming on here for Northwestern. We'll talk about him after the break here. Your score is 9-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Northwestern trails here against Doane. I'm Josh Bolter for Tel Tanner. We'll continue the 7th here in 60 seconds.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe banking should be personal. You're not just an account number. You're family at Elkhorn Valley Bank. Whether you're buying a home, growing a business, or saving for the future, our local team is here to guide you every step of the way. We listen, we care, and we make the process easy. Experience banking that puts you first. Elkhorn Valley Bank. Personalized service and local support. There is a difference. For more info, go to evb.bank.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. With locations in Yankton and Sioux City, the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Grab your friends and family and get to the Boathouse in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the heart of historic downtown Sioux City. If you can't be on the boat, then it's the Boathouse.
Bottom of the 7th, it's Luke Terpstra on the mound for Northwestern. Runners on the corners, 2 outs here for the Doane Tigers. They lead 9-1. I'm Josh Bolter, Tel Tanner with me here today At the plate for Doane, it is Sam Kwapnoski. He is 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts in this one, looking for his first base hit. Here comes the first pitch from Terpstra as it's low and outside. Make the count 1-0.
Terpstra, 9.82 ERA through 8 appearances, 11 complete innings he's thrown.
Once again, runners on the corners here for Doane. They've had 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th, and 9 unanswered here as there is a conversation happening out on the mound. Or not at the mound, excuse me, with the umpire. Something on the score sheet. Writing things. Not exactly the easiest place to hear from here what's going on, but...
You can't read his handwriting from over here?
I cannot. I can barely read my own handwriting right in front of me.
That's fair. That is a fair thing to say.
I've noticed that as I get older and been wearing glasses for about 11 years here, my vision just constantly gets worse. So
yeah,
you know,
not good.
Not a thing I should say as I'm calling a baseball game. But yeah,
the announcer's blind. If you hated him, you're right. That's me too.
But that's okay.
Every game I call.
All right, here we go. 1-0, 2 outs, runners on the corners. The pitch is outside once again. Make it 2-0. Kwapnoski looking once again for his first hit today. Left-handed batter in the 2-hole at the DH spot this afternoon. And winner of this game will play at noon tomorrow. Loser at 3 o'clock. We're still waiting on who they'll play, pending the results of the next game. Here comes the 2-0. That pitch fouled off and hit out of play. And once again, we talked about that. Winner of this game will play the winner of Morningside Mount Marty, and the loser will play the loser of that game. So we have to wait for those results. As for the Concordia side of the bracket, we're still waiting on the start of Midland and Briarcliff. That first game was in a rain delay. They're supposed to have first pitch at 5:30 from down in Seward. So we'll provide you with updates when we get those. But right now, that is the update. No game has been played yet. Sitting at 2-1, I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner, runners on the corners. 2 outs, 9-1 is the score for Doane. They're looking to add to that lead. Snell's on first. That pitch is driven out to left. I think that's going to get down foul, and does. Evens up the count at 2 apiece.
Yeah, Doane tried sending the runner on that one, too. They wanted him to get a heavy jump if Kwapnoski got a hold of that one. Once again, Doane could end this game by getting both runners home.
That is possible here. We'll have to wait and see what happens as we have two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 2 at the plate, and that pitch high and outside. Make it a full count. If Kwapnoski were to get on, it'd be Johnny Volcano up at the plate. He did have a hit in his most recent appearance. He's 1 for 3 with 2 runs today. The payoff pitch is popped high in the sky towards short. Underneath it is Ayers, and he makes the catch to end the 7th inning. After 7, your score is Doane 1, Doane 9, Northwestern 1 here. We're going to take it to the top of the 8th, the Northwestern Bats. When we come back for Tell Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. GPAC tournament action here on KYN TV.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Top of the 8th here from Riverside Field. I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner with me here today. 4 runs from Doane in the bottom of the 7th. Makes it 9-1 Tigers. On the mound still is Riley Plummer. He's through 7 today, only given up 1 run. We should mention that the top of the 8th is brought to you by Fairfield by Marriott. Call the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express in Yankton Direct for great rates and flexible reservation changes. Once again, I'm Josh Bolter, and Riley Plummer working his way through 7, trying to make it 8 here in this one. At the plate right now is Grant Guidry. He does have a base hit in this game. Correction, he's got 2 in 3 appearances, the designated hitter in the 3-hole for Northwestern here, and he's trying to start a rally. Northwestern down to their final 6 outs. As that pitch is hit in line right to Johnny Volcano, right on a dime. We've talked about sometimes you have good swings that just end up in unlucky results, and that's what happened to Guidry on that one for the first out here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, 100%. And once again, Plummer, I don't know if you talked about his stats as I just walked back into the booth here, but 83 pitches coming into this inning is all, and now 7 1/3 he's thrown.
That's a strike there from Plummer. Once again, he's through 7 1/3, giving up 7 hits, but only 1 run. So that next pitch even at 1 apiece. And talk about a freshman having a good start here through 7 1/3, 1 run, and making things happen here. So he gets a strike, make the count 1-2. At the plate, we should mention for Northwestern is number 23, Devin Dirks, the junior. He's getting the start at third base today. Here comes the 1-2. That pitch in the dirt, evens count at 2 apiece. 2-2 is hit, and that's going to get through between third and short for a base hit. Dirks with his first hit of the day. That'll put a man on for the Red Raiders.
And a needed man on, too. Batting cleanup there was Dirks, the third baseman. We called him out earlier in the game for having just one of the best names in the conference right there. And now he shows up and has a big hit as well for Northwestern. Trying to stay alive in this game. They need a lot to happen here in the 8th.
Yeah, and right now it's Bryce Click up at the plate. Click playing left field. He does have the lone RBI on a base hit for Northwestern. So that one popped up high. The catcher, Nick's going after it, but that's going to hit on top of our building back here. Might have even heard the big clank through the headset maybe even, but we should mention with through 7 1/3, I know he's pitching well, but no one really warming up right now in that Doane pin. So they're gonna let Plummer try to get through this one. Here comes the 0-1, and no reason not to with the way he's pitching. The 0-1 count is hit out to left, and getting underneath it is Tayo Takahashi out there in left field. Make it the second out of the top of the 8th.
Yeah, the way he's pitching has been really, really effective. And a lot of it has been a little bit of throwing to contact here. Little grounders, throwing guys out at first. There was a quick line drive to the second baseman to start off the inning. Now a fly out to left. And it's early in the at-bats, too, when this contact happens that they're able to get runners out, which is why his pitch count is still manageable in the 8th inning.
High pitch there from Plummer here to start this at-bat. Up to bat is Tyler Schroeder. He did have a double earlier in this game, one of his first at-bats, I believe his first plate appearance. 1-0 here is outside once again. Make it 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Doane does lead 9-1. Scored 9 unanswered. They did trail 1-0 going in the bottom 5th and really got the bats going and woke up. And here comes the 2-0. That's a strike. Make it 2-1. Riley Plummer. Plummer the pitch. Fouled out of play here on the third base side. 2-2 now the count. Plummer 1 strike away of getting out of the 8th here. Here comes the pitch from Plummer. And that's driven out to right. Should get down for a base hit. Tyler Schroeder's got his second hit of the day. Runner advances to second. Now runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
If you're Doane, no damage so far. No runs have scored, and you got an 8-run cushion. No reason to panic yet. You got 2 outs on the board, even though there's 2 on. Doane can certainly still finish this one. But for Northwestern, that's a good sign getting 2 on. You just got to keep it rolling, get the momentum back, and maybe you can have as big of an inning as Doane just had on the other end.
Yeah, now, meanwhile, Riley Plummer with a first pitch strike here, throwing some heat down the middle. At the plate is number 14, Carson Matheson. He does not have a hit today as he fouls that one off, make it a quick 0-2 here for Riley Plummer. If Matheson were to get on, it would be Isaac Short, the catcher, at the plate, with potentially if he were to walk or get a hit here. Once again, needing to battle back down 0-2. The pitch is high, make it 1-2. Plummer once again gone the distance so far. He's through 7 2/3, only 1 run given up, and pitching really well here as he's trying to get out of this late inning jam. The pitch is hit up. It's popped up. We'll see if anyone can get underneath that. And it is the center fielder out there, Amick, making the catch. And that'll do it for the top of the 8th. Riley Plummer, 1 run through 8 innings, and he leaves 2 on there. Score is Doane 9, Northwestern 1. And when we come back, we'll have the Doane Bats once again up 9-1 here in this one. For Tell Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. You're watching KYN TV. It's GPAC baseball tournament action.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we understand that agriculture is more than just a business. It's a way of life. Whether you are planting crops, expanding your livestock, or investing in new equipment, our ag lending team is here to help you grow. With flexible loan options and personalized service, we'll work alongside you to find the right financing solution for your farm or ranch. Elkhorn Valley Bank. There is a difference. Visit us today at evb.com.
9-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Doane leads. I'm Josh Bolter. Tell Tanner here at Riverside Field. We should mention the bottom of the 8th brought to you by Yankton Thrive. Yes, there's a thriving business economy here in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all businesses from retail to manufacturing. It's Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. Doane here, up 9-1. And on the mound for Northwestern is Luke Terpstra. He did finish that last inning, getting the last out, and he's going to have to deal with the heart of this Doane lineup. It's Johnny Valcano. He's got a hit and 2 runs as well as a walk today. Really just gotten out of control here. Doane was down 1-0. All of a sudden 9 answered, and they got a big lead here late in this one. As that pitch high, Valcano takes ball 1.
New shortstop for Northwestern, apparently, by the way. Carter Albers out at short.
Pitch might have hit Valcano, and it did. That'll put a runner on here to start the 8th.
And for Doane, once again, the run rule is in effect here in the postseason. So if they are able to score 2, they don't even need to take it to the 9th. Either way, Doane is either 2 runs or 3 outs away in the bottom of the 8th or the top of the 9th. Northwestern is going to have some work to do.
Some work to do here, and Jordan Bond up at the plate. He had a big 2 RBI singler in this one as he takes that first pitch of the at-bat for a strike. 1 on here once again. 9-1 is your score. The pitch is hit into center. I think that's going to be caught, and is, by the center fielder out there for Northwestern. It's Robleski making the snag and getting the first out of this inning.
I'm sitting over here digging through, looking at some of the sandwiches we were just brought. Shout out Andy Bernardo, the athletic director for the Mount Marty Lancers, one of the guys who is helping put on this whole thing, obviously, as the AD here for MMU, co-hosting the GPAC tournament. Just brought us some lunch for a little while later.
And I believe, a steal attempt there for Doane. It's going to be safe for Valcano. It looked like the second baseman had lost control on that, and the runner will be safe. I thought for a second there was going to be an out, but just lost control of the ball, and all of a sudden a runner in scoring position here for the Tigers as we welcome for them Aaron Valcano up to the plate. He's 3 for 3 today with a walk and an RBI as that pitch inside for ball 2. Again, no home runs today for Doane, but they're getting it done with the short game. Lots of singles and walks and things like that where they've been able to get things done that way. As that ball's hit out to right, going to be foul, make it count 2-1.
Runner leading off a second here with a 2-1 count for Valcano. Right fielder, once again, who had 3 hits and 3 at-bats, has a walk in there as well. Has an RBI and a run scored. He's just had a good day.
Yeah, had a good day and looking to add to it here. 2-1 count, 1 out, 1 on second base. The thrower, but there's no one there. So Terpstra does a good job of holding on to it that could have been a disaster. Volcano once again, the right fielder, 3 for 3 today with a walk. Looking to finish this one off and move on to the noon game tomorrow. As that pitch is hit over to second. Runner throw at first is in time. So Volcano's out, but moving over to third is Johnny Volcano. Runner on third with 2 outs here.
For the Tigers, the left fielder, Tayo Takahashi.
We will welcome Tayo Takahashi to the plate now. He's walking
Perhaps.
back into the
Yeah, he just went back to the dugout. I think we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Doane late in this game.
We'll have a pinch hitter, and that looks like to me, let's see what number that is. It looks like number 26.
No, 22, that's Yanez.
22, yes, Yanez at the plate here.
Yanez.
Your attention, please. Now batting for Doane, number 22.
Right, find this guy's stats on the year for you. Looks like Christian Yanez, he has 11 at-bats on the year for the senior, 455 batting average in those 11 at-bats. He does have 5 hits and 3 RBIs in there. And mound visit Northwestern.
Mound visit Northwestern.
I think we're having a change. They're marching a guy out from the bullpen.
Yeah, trying to keep things alive, possibly going to the 9th. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching exclusive coverage of the GPAC tournament in Yankton on KYN TV and the GPAC network. For Tel Tanner, I'm Josh Bolter. We'll be back after this pitching change.
Vacation close to home. Vacation in Yankton. Yankton is just a quick trip from Nebraska and Iowa. Yankton features one of the best recreational areas around, Lewis and Clark Lake, with boating, fishing, swimming, hiking, biking, and miles of shoreline. Take the kids to our fabulous aquatic center, shop and eat in our historic Meridian District, or take a stroll on our famous Meridian Bridge. It's all here and not that far away. Plan your next vacation in Yankton, South Dakota at visityanktonsd.com. Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Riverside Field here. I'm Josh Bolter. GPAC tournament coverage in this one. 3-6 matchup in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. And pitching now for Northwestern after the change is number 21, Quinton Vold. He's on the mound here for Northwestern. 2 runs does end this game for Doane. So they're trying to move. Winner of this game will play at noon tomorrow. Loser at 3 o'clock. We'll have both those games for you here on KYN TV as well as the GPAC network. Once again, I'm Josh Bolter. It looks like we do have a pinch hitter coming up for Doane. It is Christian Yanez. He's a senior out of Mexico City, Mexico. Here he does have runners on first and third here, but 2 outs. Vold trying to get things done. He does have 4 appearances this season, 4 strikeouts, and a couple walks as well. Yanez at the plate, Vold the pitcher. I say on the corners, actually he just has 1 on third, so that pitch is a ball here for Yanez. Here comes the pitch from Vold. 1-0 is a strike. Taking that one is Yanez.
Checked his swing there. Strike throw. All right, I'm back, Josh. Did we go through Vold's stats on the season?
Yes, we did. 4 appearances. And
yeah, he's
trying
good.
to close out of this inning right here. Here comes the 2-1 from Vold. Pitch is popped up, but that's going to go out of play down right side, make the count 2 apiece.
A little bit of experience for a young player here, a freshman for Northwestern. First GPAC tournament.
First GPAC tournament trying to get out of this inning, and that pitch is inside for a ball. Full count here, 2 outs for Doane. Once again, they need 2 runs here to try to end this one and avoid going to the 9th, but here comes the 3-2. I believe that hit the bat. I don't think that hit
that got his shoulder.
That sounded to me like it hit the bat, and I think they're even talking about that, but that was close. It sounded like a plunk that hit a little bit more metal, but they're going to say that hit the batter. And runners on first and third now, 2 outs here. Come up to the plate for Doane is number 17, Dane Kelsey. He is a senior out of Vista, California.
Now batting for Doane, number 17.
And a transfer from Eastern Oregon University. Kelsey seeing his first at-bat of the day. He's in a good spot here. He's got runners on the corners. A hit should bring home a run.
Tayo Takahashi back out there running the bags, by the way. He'll be at first. And actually does represent the winning run if they're able to get him home. We won't go to the 9th if Doane is able to put up 2 runs here. But 2 outs on the board. Doane is 3 outs away if we go to the 9th either way. Only question really is, should we go there? Or is they going to throw Plummer out? He has thrown exactly 100 pitches, but man, what a game he's had. Do they let him try and get the full game in with a little bit of a cushion, or maybe just throw a closer, save the arm a little bit, because they're going to need him again?
Yeah, I think with the cushion, there's a very real chance you see him come out. There's no one warming up in the pen, so that's a telltale sign. There are guys standing out there just in case, but
I ain't mad at either strategy, though.
There's a pitch for a ball, make it 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 from Vold. That pitch high and inside again, make it 2-0. Runners on the corners. Dean Kelsey at the plate. Here comes the 2-0. That pitch popped high, but looks like it's going to be out of play. Make it 2-1 with the foul ball.
Well, the GPAC tournament did not start exactly the way Northwestern wanted it to today, but good news is, obviously this game's not done yet, but it's double elimination. Even if this score stands and they do fall here, they've still got a chance tomorrow. They got a chance to go regroup and get things rolling tomorrow.
The way things are looking, you would expect Doane will play at noon, Northwestern at 3 o'clock tomorrow. As that pitch fouled off, make it 2-2.
Barring a miracle 9th inning. We're approaching that 2.5-hour mark of Game 1 of the GPAC tournament. Games are about to get underway down in Concordia, by the way.
Here comes the 2-2 from Bold. Runner does take off, and he hit him. Kelsey gets on first off the HBP there, and that'll leave bases loaded with 2 outs. And up at the plate now for Doane is Justin Nevels, the shortstop. Here with 2 outs.
Nevels, we talked about him throughout this game, the shortstop, very athletic player. He's able to get a couple of things going defensively today. A base hit here would end Game 1.
And Vold has hit 2 batters in his appearance here in the 8th.
Yeah, it looks like Briarcliff and Midland are just about to get started here in the Concordia pod of this tournament. For Doane, looks like Carter Roth is batting.
Yeah, they are going with the pitch hitter. It is Carter Roth, the junior. He's from Canada. Roth trying to bring this one home for the Tigers and move on to the noon game tomorrow, where they'll play the winner, Morningside and Mount Maury. The first pitch is outside for a ball.
Roth has actually had a pretty good season. 69 at-bats, 377 batting average, and a 413 on-base percentage for the redshirt junior. He's a really good bat here and chance to finish this game.
That pitch low, make it 2-0. Vold trying to find the zone here and give Northwestern a chance in the top of the ninth. Here comes the 2-0 from Vold. That pitch is a strike, make it 2-1. Once again, we do expect to see if this game goes into the ninth. Riley Plummer back on the mound. He's pitched 8 innings, only getting up 1 run as that pitch is hit out towards right, and I think it's going to get down and out over into the pen. Into the Northwestern pen, out towards right field.
Once again, Game 2 will start about 40 minutes after the conclusion of this game. Morningside, Mount Marty.
Here comes the 2-2 from Vold. That pitch hit over to second and just over the head, and that should bring in 2, and it does. Make it 11-1, and that is final here from Game 1. Doane picks up the victory, 11-1. They'll move on to the noon slot tomorrow, where they'll await the winner of Morningside and Mount Marty, which is next. But for now, Doane scores 11 unanswered here to pick up the win over 6-seeded Northwestern. I'm Josh Bolter for Tell Tanner. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back here on KYN TV.
Summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers, credit unions, the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union. Join the drive today.
Bikes. It's what we do. This is Canada's Bike and Fitness, and we're passionate about bikes. Our bike enthusiasts are knowledgeable and will fit you to your perfect ride. Not only do we have hundreds of bikes in stock to shop from, but we also have all the accessories you'll need. We service what we sell, so repairs and tune-ups are handled in store. Also shop Oakley sunglasses, Columbia clothing, fitness, and disc golf equipment too. Shop Ace Bike and Fitness of Yankton today.
11-1 is your final between the Doane Tigers and the Northwestern Red Raiders, and a big win for Doane. They move on to Game 2 here, or into that winner's bracket tomorrow. They'll face in the noon slot. Post game is brought to you by the Boathouse. The Boathouse is a proud sponsor of the GPAC tournament, offering axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the historic downtown Sioux City. And I think it's pretty simple. The key to this game, you score 11 unanswered, but it's got to be Riley Plummer. 8 innings, complete game there, and only gives up 1 run.
Exactly. Through the full game, 100 pitches, 9 hits he gave up, but only 1 run, had 3 strikeouts, faced 34 batters. Through the full game, that's easily player of the game nod right there. He really went crazy in that one. Batting for Doane, they ended up getting 3 hits off of their right fielder, Volcano. 2 RBIs each from Bond, Nevels, Roth, and Nix as well. 3 runs from another Volcano as well in number 23 for him in Johnny Volcano. So those Volcanos really had a good game.
The Volcanos had a good game. Riley Plummer had a good game and a good day for the Doane Tigers. So your post game once again is brought to you by the Boathouse, proud sponsor of the GPAC tournament, offering axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts, plus awesome food and drinks in the downtown Meridian District in Yankton and in the historic downtown Sioux City. So that's going to do it for Game 1. Doane heading to the noon slot tomorrow. They'll face the winner of Morningside and Mount Marty. When does that start? Well, guess what? 40 minutes after first pitch, so we're already getting there, and we're going to turn over to Tell Tanner here after this break on KYN TV and the GPAC network, where we'll have the pregame for Morningside and Mount Marty. I'm Josh Bolter. Doane moves on to the noon slot tomorrow. Northwestern will be in the 3 o'clock slot. We'll be back with pregame for Morningside and Mount Marty. I'm Josh Bolter. You're watching KYN TV and the GPAC network.
You are listening to Mount Marty University Baseball on KYNT, Yankton's home team and the flagship station for Lancer Athletics. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Dakota Beverage, Lewis and Clark Ford, Dakota Mac, Fairfield Inn and Suites, and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton, Foreman Tours, Sherco, Pizza Ranch, Parker Hannafin, Gerstner Oil, The Meat Lodge, Marlowe Woodward and Huff, Core Trust Bank, Aztec, Runza, Conkling Distributing, The Move Group, Avera.
Now we go live to the action.
Oh, welcome back here on the GPAC Network. Game 2 of the Morningside Pod, co-hosted by Morningside and Mount Marty here in Yankton, South Dakota. My name's Tel Tanner, alongside Josh Bolter, Braden Butler, back at the studio. We are ready to get rolling here for Game 2 of the GPAC tournament. Our pregame show today brought to you by Coors Light and Miller Lite. Always remember, drink responsibly on this Wednesday evening. Oh, man, it's Wednesday still. Why does it feel like Friday? This is the most Friday Wednesday ever. Anyway, Josh Bolter alongside me, Morningside, Mount Marty, about a half hour from getting rolling, Josh. We just saw the conclusion of Northwestern Doane in 8 innings. Doane wins in a run rule.
Yeah, wins in a run rule, and they await the winner of this game between Morningside and Mount Marty. Two teams that are very familiar with each other. They play their last 4 games. They played against each other. Morningside, assuming that series, we'll get into that more in a little bit, but very familiar with each other and playing once again here in the nightcap of day 1 of the Morningside pod of the GPAC tournament. That is the longest intro I think I've ever given for a game. But yeah, so these two teams getting ready to play here at Riverside Field in game 2 of our action today.
We're getting everything up and rolling here with our stream and everything setting up at KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450, as well as KYNTV, the GPAC network, and everywhere else in between. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll come back in a couple of minutes, and we'll tell you what else is going on in the GPAC. Lancers just got a Player of the Year on the men's side of tennis. The GPAC softball tournament's going on, and the GPAC baseball tournament down in the Concordia pod. It just got underway. We'll talk about it more back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Lancer Baseball versus Morningside in the GPAC tournament on KYNT.
Hard Mountain Dew, the dew you love with a kick of 5% alcohol. It's a new flavored malt beverage available in 4 bold flavors, including Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, Live Wire, and Watermelon. Mountain Dew lovers of legal drinking age can experience the bold citrus flavors of the soft drink they know and love with 5% alcohol, 0 caffeine, and no added sugar. Experience hard flavors like Original Mountain Dew, Live Wire, Baja Blast, Watermelon, or Baja Blast Pineapple Punch and Mango flavors. Get your Dew today.
Hey, son, can you hand me that vice grip? As any farmer or rancher knows, having the right tools in the toolbox is important. That goes for your ag lending as well. If you're considering expansion, restructuring debt, or purchasing equipment, call Dakota Mac. We have a toolbox full of lending solutions to help you with your ag financing needs.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
You pay what we pay with Ford's From America for America employee pricing event, now through June 2nd at Lewis and Clark Ford. Get employee pricing on most new Ford vehicles. That means you can get a vehicle from America's great car company at below dealer invoice, and employee pricing is in addition to any other discounts or incentives available. See our new Ford selection at 4th and Capitol Yankton or online at lewisandclarkford.com. Employee pricing now at Lewis and Clark Ford.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the road you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's two best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, two great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Are you looking for the easy way to travel? Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trip. Foreman has some amazing trips planned for 2025, including a 5-day Mississippi River cruise that features a Broadway production of Chicago, running from May 27th to the 31st. Also planned is a Memphis and Nashville 9-day Music Lovers tour featuring Graceland and the Grand Ole Opry, running June 16th to the 24th. For more on these and other 2025 Foreman Charter tours, go to foremanbus.com.
All right, back now on the pregame show from Coors Light and Miller Lite. Always remember, drink responsibly. As we go now to our GPAC report, brought to you by Dakota Mac. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, investor, or simply a Lancer fan, look to Dakota Mac for your ag financing needs. Visit dakotamac.com to learn more. A look around the GPAC today and some history for Mount Marty as the first ever Player of the Year for men's tennis in school history was named today in Roger Suklane out of Thailand. It is a freshman. It is the Player of the Year in the GPAC and the first ever men's tennis Player of the Year for the Lancers. That's a good way to start.
Yeah, an impressive feat there, and congrats. And, once again, the Lancers, you keep seeing growth in some of these sports, and once again, right there in tennis with another impressive accomplishment right there.
Other things going on today, the GPAC softball tournament going on in the Northwestern pod. Dakota Wesleyan beat Concordia 6-1. That is the 4 over the 5 seed in game 1. In the Midland softball pod, Midland beat Hastings 3-2. That's the 2 over the 7. There's a couple other games going on right now in the GPAC as well. And then finally in GPAC baseball on the other end of this tournament, down in the Concordia pod, Briarcliff and Midland were scheduled to just be underway. That game should have just started. It's your GPAC report brought to you today by Dakota Mac. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, investor, or simply a Lancer fan, look to Dakota Mac for your ag financing needs. Visit dakotamac.com to learn more. Alongside Josh Bolter, I'm Tel Tanner. You're listening to 102.1 FM AM 1450. Back in a couple of minutes with more. It's Lancer Baseball on KYNT.
Did you know Sherco offers more than egg tarps? As an industry leader in construction, waste, and flatbed tarping systems, Sherco offers manual and electric tarp systems for not only grain trailers and grain carts, but also side dumps, end dumps, belly dumps, roll-offs, flatbeds, and more. To learn more, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best, demand Sherco.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. This is Mike with the Yankton Pizza Ranch. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food on our buffet for everyone, loaded with pizzas, desserts, and the country's best chicken. Everyone leaves a winner, so make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch of Yankton, available every day from 11 to 8.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch.
Whoa, that's good. Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you started a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan. Your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
The Dakota Theater in Yankton is always in need of volunteers. There's something for everyone, such as being involved with shows on or off stage, selling concessions, greeting, ushering, cleaning before and after, cleaning the bathrooms, organizing, helping with the lights, the sound, the costumes, decorating, and more. The Dakota Theater in Yankton is so grateful for every volunteer. Theaters for everyone. For more information, go to dakotatheater.org or call 665-4711.
The thought of moving can be overwhelming. This is Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and with 20 years of experience, I know how to make the process less stressful. The market is just heating up, so if you're thinking of buying or selling, call me and we'll talk about the whole process. And when you're ready, I'll guide you every step of the way. Call me, Deb Speck, with Vision Real Estate, 605-664-5555.
All right, back here in this pregame show from Coors Light and Miller Lite, Mount Marty Lancer baseball as the Lancers now take the field, getting ready to play Morningside up in about 20 minutes. 6:15 is the official start time. About 15 minutes later than expected with 3-6. You kind of expect that with 9-inning games and 40 minutes to warm up. But tomorrow is going to be the day where by the time we get to Game 3, it might be a little later. We'll see, but only 2 games today.
Yeah, only 2 games today. And look at it like a classic baseball, pro baseball start time. They tell you 6 o'clock. It's actually 6:10. We're about 6:15 here.
Yeah.
It's pretty good timing there for after Game 1. And we'll see what happens here in Game 2. And like we've talked about, 2 teams that are very familiar with each other.
Let's talk exactly about that, why these 2 teams are so familiar. Morningside and Mount Marty, they are playing their 5th straight game against each other. These 2 teams ended the regular season with a 4-game series, and that didn't go well for the Lancers. They had a 4-0 weekend, did the Mustangs over Mount Marty. All of them extremely close, heartbreaking games for the Lancers. In fact, the first 3 games of the series, walk-off victories for Morningside in the bottom of the 7th. In all of the games, Lancers led by a run going into the 7th inning, and they give up 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Morningside walks it off in 3 straight games. Heartbreaking.
And then you throw in the last game of the series. Lancers up 6-5 in the bottom of the 8th. Give up 6 runs, some errors, a couple mistakes, things like that, and they end up losing Game 4, 11-6, and a tough few games. But look, we talked about this last time when we were here, and that was the last time we saw this Mount Marty team, and we said, hey, you got an opportunity here. Got an opportunity to erase anything that happened in those games if you come out and get a win tonight. It's as simple as that.
I tell you what, if you are an athlete, if you call yourself an athlete and you're one of these Mount Marty players and you don't have a chip on your shoulder and you're not excited to get after these guys after that week they just gave you, you ain't an athlete. That's about it. Like, these guys have got to be so excited right now. The chip on the Lancers' shoulders today has got to be ice cold.
Yeah, ice cold, and the Lancers throwing one of their best on the mound. It's Palmer Jacobs. He's going to be getting the start today, getting the nod from Coach Tykro and looking to take care of business. 4.3 ERA on the season, and looking to handle things today for the Lancers.
Morningside on the other end, we have not been handed the lineup card. We don't know who's throwing for them yet, but we'll make sure to get that too. Oh, did we just get it in?
We do have a name. We do have a name. It's Cade Nolan, the junior out of Menifee, California. Taking a look at his season, he's got a 3.47 ERA and 10 starts, so 2 complete games mixed in there as well, and one of which being a shutout. So he knows how to handle business in a big spot. But yeah, it should be a fun pitching matchup, as we expect in all these day 1 and early matchups tomorrow as well. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens in this. But yeah, it's going to be Jacobs versus Cade Nolan on the mound here this evening, I should say, almost.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the pregame show brought to you by Coors Light and Miller Lite. Always remember, drink responsibly. We'll take a quick break, come back in a couple of minutes, go over the stats of this one and how they compare. Back in a couple of minutes on KYT.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? At First Chiropractic Centers, we have been helping people get back into their game for nearly 40 years. Whether your game is sports related, or it looks more like gardening, household chores, exercising, or just daily life, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. With offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Tired of fine print confusion? Vision Insurance Group will help you see your insurance coverage clearly without straining your budget. covering everything from life and home insurance to auto, business, and long-term care. Vision Insurance Group offers coverage for South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska residents. Visit VisionInsuranceGRP.com to get a personalized quote today. Vision Insurance Group, protecting your future so you can live in the vision.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Core Trust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from Core Trust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit coretrustbank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect place to get together with friends and family, watch the game, and enjoy some of the best wings in town? Make plans to visit Checkers Sports Bar and Grill. Whether it's baseball, hockey highlights, or any other sport, your game day cravings are covered. Enjoy the action while you dig into mouth-watering wings, juicy burgers, and stacked sandwiches. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
All right, let's take a quick look at the stats, but first an update in that Briarcliff Midland game. It was scheduled to start there about a half hour ago, but Josh, we got another update.
Yeah, the first pitch of Midland and Briarcliff, that's actually been pushed back to 6:15 now. We'll see if that actually sticks. As of right now, it's still on at 6:15. As for the Dakota Wesleyan Concordia game, you talk about Pac-12 after dark. We're now talking GPAC after dark. They're scheduled to start at 9:30, so we'll see how that happens and when those games will be played tonight, if at all. But as of right now, 7:15, first pitch between Midland and Briarcliff.
We'll keep you updated on all of it throughout this Game 2 between Mount Marty and Morningside. As we go through our stats now from the Meat Lodge. If you want top quality meat at great prices, head to the Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake, Highway 52. Started off with the hitting stats for both teams, and then Josh will take over on the pitching stats. Alongside Josh Bolter, I'm Tel Tanner, by the way, ready for Lancer baseball in the GPAC tournament. Lancers on the season, a .325 batting average as a program and a .423 on-base percentage. That is hitting as a team. On the season, they've played 47 games, scored 350 runs. That is averaging 7.5 runs a game. Morningside, on the other end, also really able to score the ball well, averaging 8.5 runs a game, .323 batting average, and .439 on-base percentage. Those are team averages. Josh, tell us about the starting pitchers now.
Yeah, let's look at the two stars. Let's start with the Lancers today, since even though they are hosting, this is technically Morningside hosting this side of the pod. Palmer Jacobs has a 4.3 ERA in 10 starts. He has made 11 appearances, 37 strikeouts on the season, along with 12 balls. Taking a look here for Cade Nolan, the starter for the Mustangs. 3.47 ERA in 10 starts, 2 complete games, and 1 shutout. He's got 62 strikeouts and has walked 31 batters on the season.
Stats from the Meat Lodge. If you want top quality meat at great prices, head to the Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake, Highway 52. With that, we're going to go ahead and take another break, and we'll speak now with the head coach of the Mount Marty Lancers, in Josh Tykrow. I spoke with Coach Tykrow a little earlier today about this matchup with Morningside. That upcoming in a couple of minutes. You're listening to Mount Marty Lancer Baseball in the GPAC tournament on KYNT.
Before the Lancers play,
after the game, or maybe even while watching it here. Enjoy authentic flavor at RB Grill House and Sports Bar.
We're American-themed and feature handcrafted dishes and daily specials with an amazing selection of beer and spirits. Enjoy burgers, steaks, wings, and ribs, sandwiches, salads, seafood, and plenty of HD TVs.
Authentic flavor,
family-driven,
and a memorable atmosphere.
Join us at RB Grill House and Sports Bar next to River Rocks Event Center on Broadway in Yankton. Go Lancers!
Not all funerals are the same, and neither are funeral homes. This is Paul Wentz of the Wentz and Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Yankton. A death in a family is one of life's most significant events. We understand the importance of such an event and realize there are no second chances. We will guide you through all your options so you are comfortable with the services chosen. Our experience, professionalism, compassion, and attention to detail will ensure everything is perfect. Winston Ray Funeral Home, Yankton.
Hey, we know an auto accident takes a bite out of your life. You hear that sickening crunch and it's instant stress. Who do I call? What will insurance cover? How long will this take? How much will it cost? Well, relax. You found Abra. Rest assured, the friendly Abra professionals will make your experience easy and hassle-free. They'll help you repair your car so you can get on with your life like nothing ever happened. Contact Abra today. Locally owned and operated by Northtown Automotive, North Highway 81. Looking for fuel or more? Stop by Triple Time Rudy's, your locally owned convenience store at 17th and Broadway. At Triple Time Rudy's, they're proud to support the community, offering fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers and backing local activities and events. Inside, you'll discover regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. Whether it's a quick snack, a tank of top quality fuel, or a taste of local goodness, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling the community.
The other day, a woman came into the UPS store to make some color copies for a project. As we were finishing up, she asked if we could help her design and print graduation announcements for her daughter. The answer? Of course we can. Hi, this is Doug with the UPS store of Yankton. For over 8 years, we've been helping families with everything from basic copies to beautifully customized graduation announcements. Come see us at the UPS store today and let us help make your special occasions even more memorable.
Fitness has changed. There's no longer a need for a gym membership to access quality instructors and equipment. This is Ken at Ace Bike and Fitness, and we have the equipment you need for the best workout. Ellipticals, treadmills, rowing machines, and bikes, including the Schwinn indoor cycling bike that's a fraction of the price of the other brands. With Ace Bike and Fitness, we service what we sell, so you'll get our support even after you leave the store. Visit Ace Bike and Fitness today.
All right, back here on the pregame show from Coors Light and Miller Lite. Always remember, drink responsibly as we go now to the head coach of the Mount Money Lancers baseball program, and Josh Tycro, getting ready for the start of the GPAC tournament that you, sir, are co-hosting, which has been really, really cool to see. By the time this interview airs, one game will have already been in the books, and now it's time to play Morningside. For the 5th straight time you get these guys. Coach, I know you're fired up and your players have got a chip on your shoulder. What are you expecting today?
Yeah, we're really excited. This is just a great opportunity for us, and to get to do it at home, I think is pretty cool, and I am excited to see just all the people that are able to come watch us play. Like you mentioned, 5th straight time playing Morningside, very familiar with one another, and we're excited to compete again.
And we talk about the game itself and the guys you're throwing out. Palmer Jacobs going to start this game, a guy you've put a lot of trust in over the season. Why is he going to be your first arm out of the GPAC tournament?
Yeah, he's got a great mentality, great attitude. He's fearless, and he's had an incredible season. And he's just been a great example of someone who has worked really hard and has developed a ton in his time here, and very well deserving of the opening game of the tournament start, and a lot of his energy that he has on the mound, it can kind of reciprocate throughout our team and our dugout. And yes, very excited for his start this evening.
When you talk about Morningside, they can really hit the ball, Coach, so I know he's going to be ready for him. But when it comes to your hitting, you've been on one recently. You've been really able to put up a lot of runs throughout the last couple of games. What's led to that, and how do you continue it during the tournament?
Yeah, guys are seeing the ball well. Their pitch selection's been much better too, over the last stretch of the season. and it's contagious in a lot of ways. I think, you start to see the ball fall, and you're starting to hit the ball hard and passing over to the next guy, and then he gets to do it. And, it's a game of momentum and energy too. And that just creates a lot of that. So we've been kind of just staying hot with it offensively and excited to keep it going.
Coach, finally, when you go into GPAC tournament, finishing has got to be the number one priority, which has been a little struggle in the last 2 weeks. How do you get rid of that little late game struggle and finish these games now that you get to the tournament?
We just got to get outs. We got to get outs and keep it simple, not overcomplicate, not over-adjust, and play loose. I think also it's a fresh start, too, in a lot of ways. Everyone's 0-0 right now. And a lot of our guys, who are going to be asked to get big outs, they have gotten big outs for us at some point throughout the season. And it's just getting back to the good stuff and believing in themselves and in one another.
Coach Tykrow, thank you for your time. Good luck starting the tournament.
Yes, thank you.
That brought to you by Sherco. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco. Back in a couple of minutes, it's KYNT.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care. Whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family.
We have an experienced and extremely caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments.
With an office located in the heart of Yankton at 1818 Broadway, we're centrally located for all patients in the area.
Whether you need fillings, crowns, or bridges, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox.
Contact Elwood Family Dental Care today.
Slumberland Furniture is your local destination for top brands like Lazy Boy, Ashley, Flex Steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and more. Carrying a full range of mattresses and furniture for every room in your home, you'll find styles you'll love at values that make sense. From everyday essentials to name brand comfort, Slumberland offers the selection, and their service goes the extra mile. Visit Slumberland Furniture, 2401 Broadway in Yankton, where helping you create a comfortable home is what they do best.
They say tomorrow is always coming, but never arrives. It's always just beyond today. Not true when it comes to internet. Tomorrow's technology is already here. We'll need solutions that are even faster, smarter, and more secure. So let's go. Let's go to a place where Midco Internet connects you to all the possibilities of tomorrow. That's where we're going today. Midco. Let's go beyond.
Have a large group or event that you'd like to offer clothing for? JJ Benji's can make you look good. Instead of you taking orders, collecting money, and then delivering the clothing, let JJ Benji's handle it all. JJ Benji's will create an online store with the merchandise you want to offer. People order, pay, and then JJ Benji's will ship it. You just provide a link or QR code to the online store, and that's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton for more information.
All right, about to get rolling in this ball game in Yankton, South Dakota. Mount Marty Morningside, Game 2 of the GPAC tournament here. We're sitting at about 68 degrees as we go over our field conditions here for a moment. 68 degrees with that high of 72 today. We are on the other side of a high temperature as it is a little after 6 o'clock on this Wednesday evening. It is. I keep forgetting what day it is. I'm thinking it's Friday. Anyway, alongside Josh Bolter, I'm Tel Tanner.
See, for me, it's always remember because on KYNT we have Mount Marty Wednesday. So I
I remember Mount Marty
Wednesday. There we go. Mount Marty on the field. ready for some action here as they're introducing starting lineups here at Riverside Field.
Yeah, we'll go through those here in a moment as well. But first, winds coming in today. They are blowing in from the south. About 10 to 15 miles an hour they're coming in. Gusts are going a little over 20. Not the heaviest wind we've seen, but we did see the impact of it in Game 1. Not a single ball got out of the park today, Josh.
Yeah, nothing really going there, but a lot of runs in that first game, and so the bats were active. But, yeah, like you said, nothing a lot power-wise really from that perspective in Game 1.
And it's something a little different here as well, as this game is being co-hosted by these two teams. Morningside, the high seed, they're the 2 seed. They are technically the home team in this game, too. Even though Mount Marty is in their home stadium, they will be in the outfield first. Palmer Jacobs will start the game on the mound. We'll go ahead and take a break now for the anthem. We'll come back in a couple of minutes. It's KYNT.
Is it time for a new job? Aztec offers you the variety you seek. Aztec is now seeking employees for all shifts for the following positions: assemblers, painters, CNC machinists, and welders. Aztec offers competitive pay, 10 paid holidays, incredible 401k, paid partner leave, safety incentives, and a sign-on bonus for production workers. To apply for these jobs or see what others are available, go to aztecjobs.com. Aztec, built to connect from rock to road.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Want the best fast food burger around? Try Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Whether you're grilling with family and friends, hitting your favorite hiking trail, or catching a beautiful Midwest sunset, Good Boy Vodka ready-to-drink cocktails go wherever the good times are. With bold flavors like lime, black cherry, and cranberry, each can is just 95 calories, no sugar, and gluten-free. No mixers, no mess, just smooth refreshment in every sip. Grab a pack of Good Boy Vodka cocktails, because good days deserve a good drink.
All right, let's go ahead and get this ball game rolling. Mount Marty, Morningside, ready to roll here for Game 1. Lancers once again the road team here. Nolan on the mound to start. Jacobs will be on the mound for the Lancers in the bottom of the inning. So we'll start it off here with the Morningside starters, Josh. These brought to you by Foreman Charters. Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trips. The upcoming tours at foremanbus.com.
Yeah, on the mound, Cade Nolan tonight. Behind the plate will be number 6, Michael Schneider. Over at first, number 8, Sam Wilt. Playing second base today, it's number 2, Jackson Bunkers. Over at third, number 15, Jacob Odell. At shortstop, number 17, Ryan Keel Bassa. Moving out to the outfield in left field, number 12, Michael Delzell. In center tonight, it's going to be number 4, Connor Woods. And over in right, it'll be number 3, Giacomo Crosetti.
Go to the batting order for the Mount Marty Lancers. Leadoff man, and just 2 weeks ago, the NAI National Player of the Week after a 5-home-run weekend. Aiden Chang will lead off the Lancers. Jalen Owens is back today from a quick little jaunt off the field due to an injury suffered after a high hit-by-pitch to the face against Morningside. Actually, a week ago today would have been in the Wednesday game. Owens missed the final 2 games of the doubleheader, was missed out in center. We'll see him batting second. Bachman will then bat third. Vonnegut will bat cleanup here today. Joe Goki, the shortstop, going to bat fifth. Shugo Kondo out in right, he'll bat 6. Will Gardner will bat 7. Lucas Kampshoff will be on first base to start off the GPAC tournament, and he'll bat 8th. Jackson Nome, your DH in the 9-hole. That's some of your starters to get this rolling, brought to you by Foreman Charters. Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trips, the upcoming tours at foremanbus.com. Aiden Chang steps into the box. We are ready to roll. Nolan on the mound, ready to throw this first pitch at Aiden Chang.
Chang at the plate. You talked about his numbers and how well he's been batting, and he's facing a good one on the mound tonight. And Nolan as he hits that one over to short.